heard. God bless the great state of Ohio and this honorable court. You may be seated.
Good morning. Today is July 15. Welcome to Lawrence County Municipal Court. I'm Judge Capper. We have reviews to do, so those people who have court orders to comply with, this is a check to see if those are being done. So when your name's called for that, come up to the table to your right. If you don't get called and think you should have, you need to go check in with the clerk so they'll know you're here. If you missed the hearing before, you're not going to be on the docket today unless you let the clerk know you're here today. Call the first case.
James G. Adams, Leroy Campbell, Branson Johnson, Andrew Mills, Shelby Rodriguez, Jarrett Romans, Aaron Sloan, John Smith.
James Adams is 23-765. James Adams is on ODI. He's not appears been called for. There'll be a warrant issued for failure to appear. Leroy Campbell is here. 12/30/25, 12/22/59, 10/6/27. Is that RRS?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's a good report.
Thank you.
And all you have to do here is take care of your fines and costs.
Yes, sir.
Service has all been completed. Do you have any payment on your fines today?
Yes, sir, I do.
How much are you paying?
$50.
Okay. See the clerk to make your payment.
Thank you.
Are you working now?
Yes, I work 6 days a week.
Well, it'll have to be a Monday or Friday, or Monday's better for you?
It doesn't matter, Your Honor. They work with me.
Okay. July 26th. I'm sorry, August 26th. August 26th. August 26th is your next hearing.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Good job.
Thank you.
Branson Johnson. Branson Johnson, 21-795. Okay, Branson Johnson is on teleconference. Are you Branson?
Yeah.
Okay. This is 21-795. You've got 2 days community service and some fines left to do.
Yeah.
And are you at Shawnee now, or?
I believe he's at the counseling center, Your Honor.
Okay. See, at one time you were at Shawnee, and that was fairly recently.
Yeah. I believe he's up there due to Ironton Municipal Court. I spoke to Ron this morning. Ron's not going to be able to be here today from the counseling center, but he may be transitioning to an outpatient basis here soon.
Okay. Yeah, May 3rd, he was ordered to go to Shawnee for
Your Honor,
inpatient.
we discharged him from our facility. We took him to John Kincaid and he put him into TCC for a
Okay.
different placement.
All right. So you're going to stay there and complete?
Yeah, I have a surgery like tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll go out tomorrow or not.
All right. Well, you got obligations here on a theft offense you never completed. You still have 2 days of community service and fines to pay. So
Yeah, I've been an inpatient, so I can't really get to do, like, from here, I'm all the way in Adams County, and, like, a far drive, and plus I don't think that they would take us to do community service, for
well, as long as you're in inpatient treatment, I'm okay with that, but, eventually this will have to be taken care of, so we'll keep monitoring you. I'll say
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
August the 16th, so 1 month. August the 16th will be your next review at 9 a.m. So if you're not in treatment, you need to come to court. If you don't come to court and you're not in treatment, you're going to get a warrant.
All right.
Okay, good luck. Amber Mills is here, 23,621 and 23,556. She's at Bethesda. Okay. It says that you're making progress, but you still got stuff you're working on. Fair summary?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep working, and we'll see Mondays or Fridays, does it matter?
It doesn't matter, Your Honor.
August 19th, which is a Monday, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Keep working at 9 o'clock, August 19th. Shelby Rodriguez, 23,816, 23,396. I'm placing Mr. Rodriguez in custody. He's staying as a sheriff this time.
You back there?
I'll have you out the end. Jarrett Romans,
Yes, Your Honor.
23,648. You finished your community service, finished your fines. The only thing I don't have from you is proof of the driver intervention.
DIP, I still have yet to take it. It is scheduled for the 25th of September to the 27th.
Where are you doing that?
It will be in Portsmouth.
Okay. Since you've done everything else, then what I'm going to do, I'll set your next review hearing for October 7th. So we should have the report by then. If you get the report in here, we have a successful completion of the dip school, you don't have to come back. October 7th, 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Aaron Slum is here, 23,750, 23,368, 369, on an OBI. And you still have your community service and your funds today.
I'm paying my fines today, everything off.
Are you paying the balance?
Yeah, in the community service, I was down a vehicle. We were down a vehicle for a while, so I can be there this week and have it all finished. That way I don't have to come back.
Your Honor, if I may, I have a report on Ms. Long.
Okay.
She was ordered to be here on June 8th, and she was not here. She told us last time that she had community service from the dog pound she was going to turn in, and I don't have it either.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Did you have community service from the animal shelter you was going to turn in?
Oh, I had to get it all approved. I haven't done it. We were down, I was supposed to come in and I told you guys I'd be in the next day. I've had car problems and it's been in the shop and I haven't had a way. My old man works in Columbus and, I really don't have anybody else.
When you're going to be out then for community service?
For sure, I will be here the rest of this week and get it finished, starting
You'll be here
tomorrow.
tomorrow?
Yes, 7:30,
Okay.
and have it all finished off this week.
August 19th will be your next hearing. If you finish it, you don't have to come back.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. John Smith, 16,429. You just have to pay off your fines. You have done community service since your last court hearing toward your fine. I'll set you for August 16th. Get it finished, you don't have to come back. You don't have that much left.
Thank you.
August 16th, 9 a.m. Okay, that finishes the review, so people that have arraignments are going to be next.
Right.
So anybody out in the lobby that has a new case needs to come in court. When your name's called, come up to the table to your right like the previous people did. Stand there. I'll go over the charge with you. I'm going to tell you about your rights, and I'll go over them again. You've probably heard this many times. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail, to make the state prove any charge filed against you beyond a reasonable doubt. All defendants have those rights. If you enter a guilty plea or a no contest plea, you're waiving those rights. You should not waive your rights if you don't understand the proceedings. If you want to have a trial on your case, if you want the state to prove the charges against you, if you want to talk to a lawyer, any of those reasons when you're asked for a plea, you should enter a not guilty plea. Not guilty is always the safest plea to enter. You can change it later. Entering a guilty or no contest plea to get things over is not a good idea. It's not a good reason to enter those pleas. Call the first case, please.
State of Ohio versus Sade Michael, case number TRC 241460, A, B, C, D, and E.
How do you pronounce your first name?
Sade.
Sade?
Yes.
All right, Sade Michael, that's you?
Yes.
Ms. Michael, it's alleged July the 11th at 3:10 a.m. in the village of Proctorville, that you were driving a vehicle while you were under the influence of either drugs, alcohol, or a combination of those things, and that you refused to take any tests. State's alleging this would be your second conviction. And on a second offense, the maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,625 fine, and a 5-year license suspension. There is a minimum penalty. The minimum that you can receive on a second offense, if you're convicted, if you're found guilty, is 10 days in jail, $525 fine, 1 year license suspension, and if the vehicle is titled to you, it's required to be impounded for 90 days. Do you understand the possible penalties on this charge?
Yes, sir.
You're also charged with driving without a driver's license. That is what's called an unclassified misdemeanor. The maximum penalty for that is 500 hours community service and a $1,000 fine. You're charged with not wearing your safety belt. That's a mandatory $30 fine if you're found guilty. You have a charge of having either a tail light or license plate light out on the back of the vehicle. That is a minor misdemeanor, maximum penalty is $150 fine. And you're charged with having a headlight out. That's also a minor misdemeanor, maximum penalty is $150 fine. So you have 5 charges. Do you understand the 5 charges?
Yes, sir.
And you understand the rights I just explained that defendants have?
Yes, sir.
How do you wish to plead to these charges?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
No, sir. I'll get one.
You're going to hire your own lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's look at time frames for when we can come back. The next hearing is going to be what's called a pretrial. So we're looking in August for those. Do you prefer a Monday or a Friday? It's going to be a Monday or a Friday.
Monday.
Mondays are better. August the 5th, can you get a lawyer by then? So that's 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Okay. Yeah, I should be able to.
Okay, your next hearing is going to be August the 5th. It'll be a pretrial, and it'll be set for 10 a.m. on August 5th.
Okay.
I'm going to let you sign what's called a signature bond, $1,500. So what that means, it means you're guaranteeing your own appearance. It's your own recognizance. So you're saying, I guarantee I'll be there, and if I don't show up, I'm going to pay $1,500 as a penalty. The worst part is you get a warrant for not showing up, but you also have to pay $1,500. As long as you come to court, you won't have to post any money to guarantee your appearance. So you need to be here August the 5th, unless you hire a lawyer and they say, I've made arrangements for a different date, then you need to come to the date they tell you. So August 5th, 10 a.m., I'm putting down that you will hire counsel. And you're under an automatic license suspension because of the refusal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, that's all. August 5th is your next hearing date.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Daniel L. Turner, case number CRB 23732, TRD 1562A and B. Mr. Stratton.
We have Mr. Stratton come in the courtroom.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Stratton, I think this is your client. It's alleged he missed a hearing July 5th.
My 5th, okay.
Have you had a chance to talk?
No, I didn't realize.
Okay, I'll recall that. You want correspondence?
Yeah, yeah, so I don't have mine.
Talk with him, and we'll recall it, let the bailiff know when you're ready.
Hold on one second.
State of Ohio versus Mark Daniels, case number TRC 241469, A, B, and C. Mark Daniels.
Mark Daniels was cited to be in court today at 9 a.m. on an OBI charge. He's been called for, has not appeared. There'll be a KPS to the OSP for his arrest.
State of Ohio versus Eric C. Workman, case number TRC 241384, A, B, and C.
You're Eric C. Workman.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Workman, it's alleged that on July the 3rd at 6:52 p.m. in Fayette Township, you were driving a vehicle while you were under the influence of alcohol or drugs or a combination of those things. It's alleged this is your first offense charged. On a first offense, the maximum is 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, and a 3-year license suspension. That's the most that can happen to you if you're found guilty. There is a minimum. The minimum is 3 days in a treatment program, $375 fine, and a 6-month license suspension. It's alleged that you submitted to a urine test. So those take several weeks to get the results. They go to a lab for testing, and it takes several weeks to get the results. I don't have any results today on that screen that the state's alleged you took. The state's also alleging that you were driving while your license was suspended. That's a first-degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. And the last charge is driving left of center. The state's alleging you were left of center. That's a minor misdemeanor, no jail time, maximum penalty is $150 fine. So you've got 3 charges. Do you understand the 3 charges?
Yes.
You understand the rights you have as a defendant?
Yes.
How do you wish to plead to these charges?
No contest.
Well, if you enter a no contest plea, you're saying, I don't want to fight these charges, I'm not agreeing or admitting, more correctly, I'm not admitting they're true, I'm not denying it, and I agree I can be found guilty if the state has enough evidence to convict me, if it sounds like they have enough evidence to convict me. One thing, you will know better than I, but I don't have your test results back. So you want to wait and see what the test results are?
No, I wouldn't have no idea what it was.
Well, obviously, you have a better idea than I did. I literally have no idea what you're going to screen for.
Right.
So, if you have no idea what you're going to screen for, then I would suggest you not enter a no contest plea at this point. You should wait and see what the results are.
So, or not guilty then?
Not guilty.
Okay.
You want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
I'll get one.
You want to hire your own?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be probably 10 weeks before we get the results back. That's what it's been taking about. So let's see what that would be. I'll set your next hearing for September the 13th. So September the 13th at 10 o'clock. You are not under an automatic license suspension because you did not test over, so you're, well, the state's saying that you don't have a license anyway, so there's not an ALS from the ODI, but the state's alleging your license was already suspended, so you shouldn't be driving in any event. All right, I'm putting down that you will hire an attorney.
Correct.
Next hearing is September the 13th. I'll let you sign a $1,500 signature bond. You understand what that means?
Oh, what is it now?
Do you understand what a signature bond is?
Yeah,
Okay.
if I don't show up, I have to
Then
pay
you have to
that.
pay.
Yeah.
When you get arrested. Just come to court and you won't have to post any money. September 13th, and you wrote that down, right?
Yeah.
September 13th, that's your next hearing at 10 a.m.
What was it you said about the 3-day, 3-day treatment or something like that?
3-day treatment program is the minimum I'm allowed to give on a first offense if you're convicted.
Okay, that's what I wrote down.
There's no mandatory jail except that, should put this, there are certain tests, if you test over a certain amount, then it becomes a high test, and then I have to give you jail time. Like if you test 1.7 or higher, equivalent on a breath test, then there's mandatory jail time, even on a first offense. Any other questions, sir?
No, I believe that's it.
Okay, see you on September 13th.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Michael L. Tilley Jr., case number CRB 24437.
Are you Michael Taylor Jr.? Yeah.
So you're Michael Lee Tilley Jr.?
Yes.
Mr. Tilley, it's alleged that at Perry Township on July the 13th, 2024, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Ronnie Gillespie. So the charge filed against you is assault. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. It carries a maximum penalty of 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. You understand the charge?
I do.
You understand your rights? I can go over them again if you want.
I do.
Do you understand? You want me to go over them again?
No, I do.
Okay. How do you wish to plead to this charge?
Not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes.
Do you have a job?
I am currently unemployed.
You have no income?
I am currently unemployed and still looking for a job. I've had jobs and I'm continuing to search for a job that's right for me.
Okay. When's the last time you worked?
Last month, I worked at Taco Bell.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and appoint counsel for you. I'll appoint Mr. Stratton. Stratton, this is Michael Tilley. Assault is the charge. Not guilty plea is entered for him. Is there a protection order requested?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there any problem, Mr. Tilley, for you to stay away from Ronnie Gillespie?
Nope, I'll stay away from him. I'll stay far away from you. Y'all want me to stay from him.
Well, what I want is not for there to be any allegations of another problem between the two of you. So stay away from him, don't go around him, don't contact him, don't text him, don't post things about him on social media. Okay, he has a bond up, so that bond's going to be continued. And there's a protection order issued to stay away from Ronnie Gillespie. Mr. Stratton, I'm looking at August 9th or August 9th, the 12th is already pretty bad, so I like to say wait a minute. August the 9th or any other August date after that.
August 9th is fine, Your Honor.
Okay. August 9th will be the next hearing,
Okay.
pre-trial, 10 a.m.
All right, thank you all.
You're welcome.
You can step outside and talk for a second.
State of Ohio versus Jermaine L. Smith, case number CRB 24380.
Sir, are you Jermaine L. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Smith, it's alleged that Fayette Township on June 7th, 2024, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Jayla Smith. The charge is assault. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand this charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you wish to plead to this charge?
Not guilty.
Do you wish a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes.
Are you working?
Yes.
What do you do?
Auto detailing.
Are you paid by the hour?
No, about a day.
I have to, the Ohio Supreme Court tells me I have to determine what your gross annual income is. And I'm not
I mean,
that good.
about like anywhere between 300 to 400 a week. Just depends.
Okay. You have dependents? You have children or anybody you're supporting?
I have 4 children.
Okay, you're eligible for court-appointed counsel then. I'll assign Mr. Steyer to represent you. Mr. Steyer, this is Jermaine Smith. He has an assault charge. I'm appointing you to represent him. Commander did not guilty plea. He can sign a $1,500 signature bond since he was here today. State requesting protection.
Yes, Your Honor.
Jayla Smith, do you live with, I assume that's a female. Do you live with that person?
No.
So you can stay away from that person?
Yeah.
Okay, your order to stay away from Jayla Smith, not go around or contact, or post things about. You have to add that these days. And you live in Columbus, Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Okay, so we need to make arrangements for you to come back. I'm looking at Mr. Steyer, probably August the 9th, not August the 12th. Any other date in August, Mondays or Fridays, other than the 12th, starting with August 9th, thereafter.
I'm available August 9th.
Okay, let's
Can you get back that day?
that's a Friday.
I'm sorry, it's about 3 weeks,
Yeah.
3 to 4 weeks roughly.
Okay, August 9th will be the next hearing. Be a pretrial at 10 a.m. Not guilty plea is entered with a protection order to stay away from Jayla Smith.
Actually, not even a Smith.
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. Yes, I'll talk to you about it.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Brian R. Marksberry, case number CRA 24362.
Sir, are you Brian R. Marksberry?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Marksberry, it's alleged that at Fayette Township on May 7, 2024, you knowingly caused or attempted to cause physical harm to Kathy Haycook, who's either a member of your family or household. And that it's alleged that you have a prior conviction for domestic violence. Correct. So that makes this a felony of the 4th degree. Maximum penalty is 18 months in jail and a $2,500 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights you have as a defendant?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No, I don't, sir.
Are you working?
Yes, I am.
What do you do?
I work at a steel factory in New Boston.
Are you paid by the hour?
Yes, I am.
How much per hour?
About 20,
Okay, how many hours a week?
around 45.
So I'm getting you're making roughly $50,000 a year gross, is that right?
Yes.
Do you have dependents?
No, I don't.
Okay. I can't appoint a lawyer for you
Okay.
then because you're making too much money.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
mean, I have a guideline to go by and you're over where I can appoint for a single person. So, let me explain some things to you. It gets a little more complicated. This is a felony charge.
Yes.
Most of the others that you've seen so far on arraignment have been misdemeanors. On a felony, you have a right to be indicted by a grand jury. That's just a group of citizens. It's like a jury, but it's a little different than the petit jury, which hears trials. They meet in secret with the prosecutor only. But felonies are considered so serious that the prosecutor just can't bring that charge. Fellow citizens have to look at it and say, yeah, this charge should be filed. That's what an indictment is.
Correct.
So you've not been indicted yet. So before there's an indictment, there's a procedure for a judge to look at, which would be me, in what's called a preliminary hearing. You have a right for me to look at it within 10 days and decide if there's enough evidence to go forward if you're not indicted in that time frame, which you probably won't be because there's not a grand jury. There's not a grand jury sitting all the time. It's your right. You can go longer if you want to waive that time, or I'll set it within 10 days if you want me to look at it in that time frame. So, long explanation, but do you want more time than 10 days to get a lawyer, or do you think you can get a lawyer within 10 days?
More than 10 days would be appreciated.
Okay. How much time do you think you need?
Is a month too long?
I'll go that long, but you understand, what could happen is while we're waiting, you could get indicted, and then it'll be out of this court and go to the common police court, because that's where felony cases go for trial.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to set it then. Do you prefer a Monday or Friday?
Preferably a Friday.
The 16th, so that's almost exactly 1 month. So August the 16th is going to be your next hearing. You're waiving time constraints because we're going more than 10 days, but that's at your request so you can get a lawyer. So it'll be what's called a preliminary hearing. That's a probable cause hearing to decide if there's enough evidence for the case to go to the grand jury. You've probably heard the term bind over to a grand jury. That's what that is. It's a hearing to decide if there's enough to bind this case to the grand jury for them to look at it. So, state, take any position on bond since Mr. Marksberry appeared today.
The state's not opposed to an OR bond, Your Honor, and we'd want a time waiver if he wants to go beyond. It's actually 15 days if he's out of jail, but...
He's agreed to the time waiver.
Okay, thank you.
And is the state requesting a protection order?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there any problem for you to stay away from Kathy Haycock?
She is present in the courtroom with me today.
Or maybe she doesn't want a protection order?
Yeah, and
Ms. Haycock, if you would come out and talk to the prosecutor, please.
So, Your Honor, I'm speaking with Ms. Haycock, and she does not want a protection order, but she conditioned on that is that Mr. Marksberry would agree to counseling. She says that he needs anger management counseling in a very intense way. And she also says that he has a gambling problem that may have also helps with cause the anger issues. I don't know. But so if he's willing to do those things, we're willing to agree to an OR bond.
Mr. Marksberry, what do you say?
I agree with that.
Okay. Do you have a counselor in mind, ma'am? Or?
I don't, but he was supposed to be looking into it,
I have called a couple
so
in Ashland.
he needs to follow up on that, because it's a needed thing. That was the thing that was agreed between us, for him to even be around me, that I needed.
Are you all still together now? Okay. And you're still living in South Point? How do you pay for medical services, sir? Do you have a medical card or insurance?
Yeah, I've got insurance through my workplace.
Oh, you have health insurance?
Yes, yes I do.
Okay. Believe it or not, that makes it harder to get treated.
I've looked into that and I think mine covers it with a
Well, it's
copay.
just not that many agencies will agree to take health insurance.
Well-
OVP is one. Ms. Clement, can you talk with Mr. Marksberry? It looks like it's more, is there any substance use issues here?
No.
No gambling. Gambling's a big thing. He can use that gambling money to get him a counselor.
People usually lose money rather than
He
make money.
does, majorly,
gambling,
that's
so-
why it's a finance problem.
Yeah. Ms. Clement, can you talk with Mr. Marksberry?
Yeah.
Okay, so OVP, they can take health insurance, so that's one of the reasons I'm referring you to OVP. There's a representative here today. The other, the counseling center, they're not here, they're in Portsmouth, and there's some agencies in Huntington, ProAct, Valley Health, those are all agencies that will take health insurance. Okay, so I'm going to put off the preliminary with the time waiver till August the 16th. And it sounds like this is a case that may stay here rather than go on to the grand jury. So if you're successful, I don't know if the state's willing to say that at this point. At least look at it.
This is a situation, Your Honor, with a prior that we may not push the felony aspect of it, but we are serious about there need to be consequences when things happen. But we will look into it, and it's possible that we could agree to dismiss the charges altogether. But there's got to be strict compliance with the counseling that he's going to undergo, and we can't have any more problems domestically. So he's on probation now in Mount Gilead. Was that for? Okay. Well, the warrant is
Probation,
dropped.
where's it on probation?
In Mount Gilead, so that's up above Columbus.
Okay. Are they aware of this charge?
Yes.
Okay.
I have to go see him on Thursday, matter of fact.
He was aware of the charges, but when he pulled his record, it was the day before that warrant came out. So he lucked out when he went last month, because they didn't see the warrant. Had they would have took him because of being probation violation.
Okay. Well, you've got a lot of reasons then to make this work, and it sounds like she's willing to work with you, but you're going to have to do certain things, and the state is too. So what I explained to you about going to the grand jury, maybe you already understand it. The state is at least willing to look at not taking you to the grand jury and getting an indictment and sending you common pleas if you're successful in treatment.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that on the 16th, so you need to come back with a good report where you've been in treatment, doing what you're supposed to. What we want to see happen is that we don't have any more charges like this in the future. That whatever's causing it, we fix it.
Right, you're right, Your Honor.
All right, August the 16th is going to be your next hearing. We need a treatment report then on that day. That'll be at 10 o'clock on August 16th. Any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
He can sign a $2,000 signature bond. Okay. Good luck.
Paperwork.
Thank you.
You can check with my box office.
Today we'll have recall Daniel L. Turner, case number CRB 23732, CRD 1562A and B.
It's Mr. Stratton's case. Mr. Turner allegedly missed a hearing on July 5th. He's here today. Mr. Schratz is lawyer.
Assessment tomorrow, okay. Your Honor, he has spoke to Bethesda. He is going to get an assessment done tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and we're going to go from there, so we can set this in a couple of weeks.
Okay, very good.
I'll give you this.
July 29th will be the next hearing.
Yes.
I'll cancel, he actually had a bond up, and I think I had let Mr. Sowers know he had appeared, so I'll call off the house.
All right.
July 29th is his next hearing. As a pretrial, we should get a report then from Bethesda.
Yes. All right. Make sure you get that plan tomorrow, then we'll do it from there. Okay? All right? Mhm.
So I canceled, there was a bond forfeiture hearing, cancel that, it was July 29th.
State of Ohio versus Michael Hayes Jr., case number CRB 24438, A and B.
Yes, sir.
And so you're Michael Hayes Jr.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hayes, looks like you've got 2 charges filed, criminal trespass and disorderly conduct. The criminal trespass charge is 438A, case number. It alleges July 13, 2024, Fayette Township, without the right to do so, you entered on the premises or land of another person without their permission. It's a 4th degree misdemeanor, maximum penalty 30 days in jail, $250 fine. The other charge, disorderly conduct, alleges that you created a condition that was offensive to other persons or risked their person or property. That's a minor misdemeanor, maximum penalty is $150 fine. Do you understand the 2 charges?
Yes, I do have a lot to say, but I think it'd be better to said with counsel.
Okay, I'll enter a not guilty plea for you then.
Yes, please.
Do you wish to have a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Please, I'm only living, I had a liver transplant surgery last year, and I had some other issues, so I'm filing for disability in the process of that right now.
Yeah, no income right now?
Well, my wife also passed away last year. She was a school teacher at Portsmouth, and she was 46 when she died, so I'm living off of her retirement. My son and I are.
How much is that?
About $1,800 a month.
Okay, and there's 2 of you
Yes, Your Honor.
living on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're eligible for court-appointed counsel. I'll appoint Mr. Holt.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
We'll get him in the courtroom.
I appreciate it.
halt. This is Michael Hayes, has got criminal trespass and a disorderly conduct, or the charges filed, entered a not guilty plea for him. He has posted a bond, so that's continued.
P-O-L-T, Holt, is that right? H-O-L-T. Oh, Holt. Will the 29th work, Your Honor?
Yes. July 29th will be the next hearing at 10 o'clock for pre-trial.
Okay. Okay. So, okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate your time.
State of Ohio versus Ryan L. Brumfield, case number CRB 24429, A and B.
So are you Ryan Brumfield?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brumfield is alleged June 16th, 2024, Rome Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to a family or household member with the initials of KB. It's a first-degree misdemeanor charge, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. There's a B case, 429B, alleging that you abused a child under the age of 18 or a person that was physically or mentally handicapped under the age of 21. So that's endangering children. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You have two charges, endangering children, domestic violence. Do you understand the two charges?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to these charges?
Not guilty.
Do you wish to have a lawyer appointed?
I have a lawyer.
Who's your lawyer?
The lawyer.
Okay, put Mr. DeLauder down as your counsel. Did he give you any dates when he was available to come back?
We were supposed to be here on July 12th, and then it got rescheduled for the 26th, and I believe it's being rescheduled again.
Okay.
Your Honor, there have been cases that are pending already, and I don't have the file out here, but we've either amended some or added some. I'm not sure which, but...
Okay, let's see when the other cases are set. Okay. Let's pull those files then. I will just have a seat. I'm going to pull some other files and look at those, and I'm going to text Mr. DeLauder to get his input.
Your Honor, what date were those previous charges scheduled for?
June 17th is the last day I see. So I don't know if there was, the clerk seems to think there was a warrant issued on those.
Okay.
So I'm pulling those files along. Looks like it wasn't arraigned.
was a notice of appearance filed on July 1st. Then a continuance entry. Another continuance entry. And then set to pretrial on August. The date is wrong, but it should have been set for August the 5th, 2024.
Okay. As of now, it's set for August 5th, the other cases.
It's going to be August the 5th.
And that will help us find the file, because it's been filed that way.
You want to keep that date, or do you want
We're not opposed to keeping that date. I believe there's a protection order already in place in those other cases.
to? Well, this arisen, there's this different, June 16th, so these are all two. All right, Mr. Brumfield, you can come back up. And I'm still texting Mr. Delauder, but it looks like we have already scheduled this for August the 5th. So I'm going to schedule these new charges for August the 5th. There's a protection order in place, so I'll enter another one. You're not to go around or contact KB, which I take it to be a minor person, usually when they use initials, it's a minor. Any problem with you staying away from KB?
No.
Okay, you're not living in the same household now?
No, he lives with his mother.
Okay, and you're staying away from her also?
Yes.
Okay, be a protection order, stay away from KB. August the 5th is the next hearing at 10 a.m. He can sign a signature bond of $2,000. Okay, August 5th, 10 o'clock is your next hearing. He has a bond up, so sorry. We'll just continue that bond. I didn't see it. There's a bond up.
This is a temporary protection. I'll give you a
Send it
copy.
here.
Yes.
Okay. That's all. Thank you. You're welcome. We're starting pre-trials. Will be some more arraignments at the jail. Maybe more here, but we don't have the paperwork ready yet.
State of Ohio versus Thomas Burton, case number CRA 24407, CRB 22352, CRB 2566 A and B.
This is one of them that, I don't know if Roger talked to you yet about, but it looks like there's a Rule 4 hearing on this as well. I told him I would stand in. Looks like,
This is a Knox County case.
yeah, so it looks like he turned himself in.
See, I have something from Mount Vernon Municipal Court.
Can you give a copy of that?
No, I don't have a copy. I gave the lady up front a copy.
Yeah, oh, okay. So it's probably just not putting the file yet.
I've got one here. Okay, I'll dismiss in 24407. Looks like you did appear. Now, he has some old cases pending here.
That's what I understand. The only thing I knew about before I came here was the Rule 4, so.
He's got 22352, which was an obstruction case with 5 days community service and court costs. And he's also got 2566 with a theft with community service and fines and court costs.
So he's been sentenced on all these. This is just
Been sentenced, he has to do what he was ordered to do.
okay. So do you have, well, I mean, if you have fines or anything else, can you make any payments today? Or do you? All right. think, he said that he couldn't make one today, but within 2 weeks, and as far as community service, you have to get Mr. Cooper, you can start working on that.
Okay.
If we can get another date for him to try to get some of this done, so. They have Saturday, so, yeah. They can work with their schedule. Just wanna add something that- Sometimes they have double or triple hours on certain days. I don't know if there's one coming up
Okay,
soon.
when can you come out, Mr. Burton, and do community service?
This Saturday.
You'll be here this Saturday, okay? I'll put you down for that. I'll set your next hearing for August the 16th, this next review hearing, 9 a.m.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
What's your name?
State of Ohio versus Chastity Seckman. Case number CRA 23688, CRB 23689. Chastity Seckman.
Your Honor, Ms. Seckman is having treatments today at UK Hospital. She had it for the 17th. When I advised her that's a Wednesday, they don't have court on the 17th. It was today. She's, I don't know if we can reset this to another date. I don't know what the court's docket is like, but come back as soon as possible. The only date I'm not available is the 26th.
Do next week, the 22nd.
That's fine.
The finished request, case is continued to July 22nd for pretrial and preliminary hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Kelly Bishop, case number CRB 24375 and CRA 22347.
Mr. Stratton's case.
Your Honor, she has completed OVP. Got a certificate here, just have the original, so you can keep that. Make sure this. Yeah. Seems like
she's going to complete July 21st.
That's when she leaves the program. She has already had her graduation ceremony.
Yeah. Okay. And then she's going to go to follow-up long-term treatment in Huntington at Phoenix Horizon.
Yes. She has West Virginia
This is my
Medicaid.
copy.
Yes.
Your Honor, she still has an ankle monitor on that we're going to ask for the court to remove today. I don't think there's any issue with that. Also, I don't think we have a resolution to the case, so we're going to have to set the case for a bench trial.
Okay, that's on the misdemeanor, I'm assuming.
It's on a theft charge, and we've allowed this to go on for months. But and ordinarily, we would have asked for a trial before now. And so if we're going to have a trial, then we need to have it pretty soon, and we've asked for the GPS monitor to stay on.
Yeah, it's a Walmart theft.
Yes.
And she has a possession of heroin charge also.
Yes. Yeah. The trial on the theft charge, Your Honor, not the...
Yeah,
I think our agreement on the
Kind of a
possession.
package deal.
understandable. I won't remove the ankle monitor then. So I don't know if that's going to interfere with her going to Huntington, but maybe she needs to go someplace else.
I don't think it should, but I'll check on that if you're gonna keep it on. We'll
I'm not
figure it
familiar,
out.
is this place a place that's reputable? I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah.
It is, okay. Do you want to just set a trial date now or another pretrial, Mr. Sheriff?
Let's set another pretrial, Your Honor.
Is a video in this case?
There is.
Yes.
Has that been shared?
It has. Let's just set it for another pretrial, and then I'll speak with the prosecutor about his comment about a package deal and how to proceed with that, so.
2 weeks?
2 weeks is fine.
July 29th?
Yes.
Pretrial on the misdemeanor and preliminary hearing on the felony. July 29th.
So, we have to talk about that. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Brian Crawford, case number CRB 24330.
Mr. Stratt's case set for a pretrial.
Your Honor, we've received discovery in this. We have not received the video, so. Oh, okay, there you are. I knew you were here. We just need to set it for another pretrial to get that video, take a look at the video. I'm just gonna get there.
August 9th?
August 9th is fine. August 9th. All right.
Pretrial August 9th, 10 o'clock.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Nathaniel James, case number CRB 23317. Nathaniel James.
Mr. Stratt's case set for pretrial.
Hey, Sean.
Yes. Let's go.
Okay. Good report, says he's compliant, but it sounds like there's still things being worked on.
Yes, Your Honor.
Another month?
Another month, Your Honor.
August 16th?
Yes.
August 16th for pretrial, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks.
You're making progress, sir. Keep at it.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Toby T. Morrison, case number CRB 24324, A and B.
Your Honor, I believe the prosecutor is still need an estimate of some kind in this case. And we still need discovery, so we're just asked for another date on it.
This,
I don't know, let Mr. Hill speak to that.
well, as of July the 9th, we have made the request, so we don't need a long continuance on this.
Looks like they just need an estimate for a window.
Yes. The alleged victim has been working out of town, so it's been difficult for her.
August 9th?
Yes.
August 9th, 10 o'clock is the next one.
August 9th. Okay. All right. That's it. That's it.
State of Ohio versus Derek A. Chapman, case number TRC 24-1275, A and B.
August 16th.
Good.
Did you get your assessment done?
No, I just got a medical card in last week.
Set for pre-trial,
Get hold of them
10
this
o'clock.
week.
Okay, okay. Well, we go ahead and schedule something. So, Your Honor, we talked about getting an assessment at arraignment. We talked about getting an assessment. He got his medical card this week. So we are going to speak with somebody today about setting up an assessment this week. So who would the court like him to go through?
Sorry.
Who would you like him to get an assessment with?
Does he have a medical card?
He just got it this week, Your Honor. Or last week.
He lives in Proctor.
Yeah, Ohio. Yeah, definitely. You live in Ohio. Of course, it'll be Ohio.
He lives right in the village, right? In the village, Proctor?
Yeah.
Well, you get to OVP right there. They have an outpatient facility in Proctorville.
Let's do that, and why don't you speak to them
Haven't
today?
talked to Brianna before he leaves today.
Yes, yep.
Okay.
Who is this?
Chapman.
August 16th.
Yes, that worked.
Mr. Chapman needs assessment. He has a very high alcohol test score on an ODI. He's going to agree to go to outpatient, and it's a second offense.
Yes.
So he needs to be honest. The guy in the back went for an assessment and basically told him he didn't have any problems, so he didn't get anything done. So, and he hasn't done anything else, so that's why he's in the back. Don't go there and say, I don't know why I'm here. I don't have a problem. You got a prior ODI and you tested 26. That's a really high test score.
Yes.
So be honest when you go in for your assessment. August 16th, I need a report on August 16th for what's going on with it.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You are.
State of Ohio versus Sid Mosser, case number TRC 24-487, CRB 24-258.
Your Honor, I just received the results for the OVI. Could we possibly, could we possibly recall this one, Your Honor?
Okay, yes, this will be recalled.
Go up there.
You recall later in the document.
Yeah.
State of Ohio versus William Leroy Tony, case number CRB 24-432.
Your Honor, this was set from Friday. Mr. Tony was in jail Friday, bonded out, I see.
Yes.
Okay, we bonded jail. Previous, okay. All right. We bonded, that's bonded jail. That's what she said, that's what she told him. So, when we approach for a second, Your Honor.
Yes. This is the guy that has health insurance. We were looking at a place like Okay, I got word from somebody. gas was really bad.
I was thinking that maybe we can probably see how the blue come down the road. It sounded like we worked with the boss once. What was the name of the company you worked?
Pure Country,
Pure Country? Pure Country, which is?
a car lot.
Have you been in treatment before?
Never, I've never been in trouble for this kind of thing before.
He says this is the first time he's ever used.
This is not the same.
Liz, 336 Fifth Avenue, is that your correct road?
Yes, sir.
I know they'll give me a report. I think you go there.
So they're going to have to be assessed by OVP and follow the recommendations, okay? Counsel on substance abuse.
Is that agreeable, Mr. Stratton?
Outpatient. We're going to try outpatient. If you have issues, he's going to put you inpatient. Okay? It is acceptable, Your Honor.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You've got this charge and it's still pending. You're presumed innocent. You're out on bond now. You took a screen after you pled before, and I let you withdraw you pled guilty, and then you withdrew it. But I got a screen from you before you withdrew your plea. It's a bad screen, a really bad screen.
I understand.
And I understand you're working at your employer posted your bond data.
Correct.
So I would like for you to keep working. So apparently your employer wants you to keep working too. I don't know, does your employer know about the screen?
He does.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of work to be done here on this. So I'm going to give you a chance to do this. Now, are you serious about getting clean?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to refer you to OVP. They have outpatient facilities in Huntington.
Okay.
At 20th Street. Can you get to 20th Street?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There's a representative from OVP here today, Ms. Dement, so I want you to talk to her, get that set up. Sorry. And then we're going to come back pretty quickly to see if you're compliant.
Okay.
If you're not compliant, then we may have to go a different route. Because I mean, it's a risk. You're out there in this community right now where there's a lot of dangerous, mostly big dangerous fentanyl. And if you're getting drugs off the street, very likely you're going to encounter it whether you know you are or not. And it's killing people, so we got to get this taken care of. So Ms. DeMann is here, she's not in the courtroom right now, she's talking to someone else, but I want you to talk with her, get something set up, take it seriously, go get treatment, come back, show me you're dealing with it, and then I'll let you stay out on outpatient and continue to do that. If you're going to mess up, then I'll make a condition of your bond that you go inpatient.
Appreciate it.
So July 29th will be the next hearing?
Yes. So why don't you talk to Brianna before you leave?
See Ms. DeMint, she has been in the courtroom, she's outside now, I'm not sure, I think she's talking to someone else, she's coming back in.
Yes.
Hey, we're keeping you busy today. This is Mr. William Tony. I'm going to come up and take a gander at his screen, which is pretty bad. Because he's working and his employer posted his bond for him, I'm going to let him try outpatient treatment. He'll come back in 2 weeks. If he's not successful, he's already agreed that he'll go inpatient. So July 29th is his next hearing, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jane Olivia, case number CRB 24352.
Your Honor, there's a co-defendant with this case also.
Who is that?
Levick,
Your Honor.
Mr. Steyer's case. So J. Olivia's 24352 is Mr. Stratton's case.
Yeah. May it please the court, Your Honor, we have requested, I think both Mr. Stratton and I have requested discovery, and I at least have received written discovery. I assume Mr. Stratton has as well.
I have.
Ms. DeFore emailed me last week and said that she had the video, but then she was ill at least part of last week, and she's out this week, so I haven't received the video yet, and I don't think Mr. Stratton has either. This is the sort of case where we're probably going to have to see the video to be able to prepare a defense. It's a case that involves the self-checkout, and that's always important to that sort of a case. So at this point, we're not ready to go today. However, Mr. Levick and Miss, what was your last name? Oliva are here for work and are going to be leaving the area mid-August. So I was hoping that I was thinking we might want to do is go ahead and get a trial date, even if we get a pre-trial date in between, so that we have something to work toward and a possibility of getting this thing wrapped up before they leave. And when do you leave?
Mid-August.
Well, mid-August in a number.
The 15th.
The 15th. So he's leaving August 15th. I don't know if it would be possible to set a trial date for the 12th, if that's a realistic possibility with the court's docket.
The 9th's better.
I'm here the 9th. Are you here the 9th?
Yes.
I am.
Okay, that'd be fine. And then
For a trial, August the 9th at noon instead of pre-trial before that.
Right, I was thinking it would still be worthwhile to have a pre-trial set as well.
August 2nd, the week before, Friday before, so that's 2.5 weeks out.
Hang on just a second, Your Honor. I'm not available on the 2nd.
The 5th?
I get, say again?
5th.
I am here the 5th.
That's 3 weeks from today.
Okay.
So August the 5th will be a pre-trial on both these cases, not resolved in, trial on August 9th. Pre-trial's at 10 o'clock, so the next hearing is August 5th for both cases, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
There you go. Thanks. Yeah, we'll talk later on.
State of Ohio versus Stephanie Pauley, case number CRB 24257.
Your Honors, Stephanie said she couldn't be here today. I didn't get indication why. So she's not here, but I expect her to either show up Friday or Monday. I won't be here Friday or Monday, but, so I just asked 7 days before warrants issued.
Okay. She has 7 days before warrant will issue. well, wait. She has a bond, she has a bond out.
Oh, that's, wow.
So, in light of that, how do you want to handle it?
Is it with Gary Sowards?
It is.
Okay. I'll text Gary about this issue if you just want to set up for a bond forfeiture.
Now, what's the state's position on it? I don't know what happened. She hasn't, since that, this is the fourth pretrial in this case.
Yeah, she's missed.
And she's been, she failed to appear on July 1st, too.
Yeah.
We'd asked for bench warrant and the bond forfeit.
Okay. Do you have a contact for her?
Yeah, she stays in contact with me.
Do you want to try and call her and tell her, look, you're getting a warrant and Sowards is going to come hunt you down?
Let's
Unless you
recall.
get here today.
Let's recall it, Your Honor. I'll
recall
fetch that to her. I didn't ask her why. She just said, I cannot be there today.
Yeah,
I
well,
won't
you
come."
can tell her this, like I say, it's not 7th grade math homework. It's mandatory. It's not, well, I didn't really want to do that, so I'm not going to do it. That didn't work
Let's
that way.
recall that.
State of Ohio versus Jose Silva, case number TRC 241289, A and B.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. It's Mr. Nash's case.
Yes, Your Honor, I just filed in this morning, filed for discovery. I did file one motion that maybe we can address today, and that's for driving privileges. It's his first offense, and it's been more than 15 days.
Mr. Hill. Test score 144.
Yeah, and we're not opposed to that as long as he has a valid license otherwise.
He had proof of insurance. It looks like there's no charge of being under suspension or prepare an entry, and I'll have Mr. Hill sign it and I'll execute it. So we need to come back for another pretrial then, or?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a preference as to the date? And we're looking at 2nd, 9th, 16th. These are all Fridays, and then after that, any date in August works.
Only on a Friday.
No, for some reason, the 5th and 12th are pretty busy already. Those are Mondays. After those dates, Mondays work too.
How about the 26th? Is that okay? August 26th?
Yes.
Okay.
August 26th will be the next pretrial, and it'll be 10 a.m.
Thank you, Judge. And I do have an entry here.
Okay.
What is the last four?
And we're going to be going to the jail for teleconferences here.
I'm sorry.
31, 32.
31. Do you know your driver's license number? No. Okay. Judge, I just need to fill in his driver's license number on that entry. If you want, I can fill it out and then get it to you for
Yes,
signature.
that'll be fine.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Andrew Curry at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 23464 A, B, and C, CRB 23463, CRB 23291, CRB 2361, CRB 22351. Monica Gibbs is on deck.
All right, Mr. Steyer is counsel for,
Yeah, I'm assuming these are the cases that I was on back in January, Your Honor. I wasn't aware Mr. Curry had come into custody, but I'm understanding that he is interested in treatment, returning to treatment. Ran into Taylor.
how many times?
At the, well, apparently he ran into Taylor at the fair and told her, hey, I want to get back into treatment. And it's my understanding, he may have turned himself in this instance.
He was working at the fair. He looked clean. He was coherent. He did say that I'd like to return to treatment, and no, I won't do no funny business, but I was afraid he had a common pleas holder.
I'm not aware of anything in common pleas, but that doesn't mean there's not something.
Mr. Hill can check that
But we would be willing to take him back again,
with an ankle monitor.
of course.
I think he needs an ankle monitor.
Andrew, are you aware of anything in common pleas would be holding you? The only thing he's got on common pleas is a 17 case. He could, I mean, he wouldn't be on probation for that still even, so I'm not even sure that's him. Are you born in 73?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is him, but he wouldn't still be on probation for that, so there's nothing else showing at all, so I don't see where he could have anything from common pleas. So unless there's something from a different court that we're not aware of, this is likely what's holding him.
Mr. Hill, what's the state's position?
Well, if they feel like they can help him, and he's got stuff, I guess, here that he hasn't complied with on prior cases, so
We'll give it a shot again.
I admire their...
He can do it, but then he always bugs out.
There's runs. We're just
Sometimes it
gonna-
takes more than one try, doesn't it?
We just need to keep ankle monitor on him for 6 months. He runs, that's the problem.
Does he need GPS?
Absolutely.
We'd be okay with that.
We're agreeable with that, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll order Mr. Curry released to Bethesda once he has an ankle monitor placed.
And she can take him today, so if it's possible, get the monitor placed, which you understand we can't always promise that can happen today, but if we can get the monitor on you today, you should go out. If we can't get it today, it should happen tomorrow.
Do we know?
Well, I should assuming we have
What
monitors.
the status is of ankle monitors? No. Okay.
We don't have any?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know, I'm sorry.
You want to put it back on the docket for Friday, just to ensure? Are you here Friday?
I am here Friday, and that would be fine. We can go ahead and put him on for Friday.
So we'll put him on for Friday, just to make sure that he's not sitting in the jail without a monitor on. So we'll get a report then. Should be at Bethesda with an ankle monitor. If not, Judge Green's can, in his wisdom, figure out what to do about it. So next hearing is July 19th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So we'll need an order for an ankle monitor prepared.
State of Ohio versus Monica Gibbs, case number CRA 24439. William Hall Jr. is on deck.
Ma'am, are you Monica Gibbs?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Gibbs, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. This is your arraignment hearing. Everything you say today is being recorded. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do make statements, it can be used against you. You have a right to have a lawyer, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bond, and to make the state prove the charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things? Do you understand those things, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. The charge against you is theft, and it's alleged to be a felony fob theft because of the amount. It's alleged this happened at the Walmart, which is in Fayette Township, on July the 14th, that you tried to deprive Walmart of property with value more than $1,000. So that makes it a felony fob theft, maximum penalty, a year in jail, $2,500 fine. Do you understand the charge? You have the money to hire a lawyer? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what you said. Do you have a job? Okay, I'll appoint Mr. Morford to represent you. He's here in the courtroom, heard the arraignment. It's alleged that there was a buggy with, I don't know how you get that much in a buggy, $1,600.
That's inflation for you.
Okay. $1,653.96. Maybe there was more than one from what I'm reading.
I believe so. And there's a co-defendant too, so.
Okay. Mr. Morford will be your lawyer. State's position on bond.
State would request a $5,000 cash assurance bond.
Set bond at $5,000, cash surety. She's been in the jail since the 14th. So we can have the preliminary on the 22nd. July 22nd, we'll get the preliminary hearing. Are you available then, Mr. Morford?
Yes, Judge.
All right, July 22nd, preliminary hearing, 10 o'clock. Mr. Morford will call down and talk to you. Well, Ann, do you think you can post a bond?
It's right here.
I didn't understand that. Okay. Mr. Morford will call down and talk to you at the jail once the court's filed.
Please.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what did you? What's the bond?
5,000 cash assured. If you make bond, you have to be at the court in Chesapeake next Monday at 10 a.m. 5,000 cash assured. You can talk to Mr. Morford about it. He'll call and talk to you.
We're getting ready to play it soon. That chapter finished with the arraignment, man.
Okay, that's all.
State of Ohio versus William Hall Jr., case number CRB 23229, CRB 23204.
This was set for April 22nd. Mr. Smith, Tyler Smith was the attorney. It's alleged that Mr. Hall did not appear then. Oh, Mr. Smith, you're here.
I heard, Your Honor.
Have you had a chance, probably haven't had a chance.
I didn't know he was on for today, so.
Well, he just got arrested, I think is what's happened.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe Mr. Sowers may have snatched him, because there was a bond forfeiture set for August 2nd. You want to talk with him and then we'll come back? Or
Please, Your Honor.
you want the court's file?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Hall, your lawyer's going to call down and talk to you, then I'll have you back out before the court after that happens.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Francis Kirk, case number CRB 24370, and Stephen Thomas Lehman is on deck.
Francis Kirk. All right, Ms. Kirk, looks like you went to detox at Kingstar's Medical Center and then failed to appear for arraignment on June 17th. Warrant was issued and then you got arrested. So I don't think you've been arraigned yet.
What's happening?
You've got a theft offense. It's alleged on June the 11th in Fayette Township that you tried to deprive Walmart of property without their consent. That's a theft charge, maximum penalty 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine.
Jail for that.
Well, you're back in jail for it again. You were released to treatment on June the 14th, and now you're back in jail.
And I go to treatment?
No, probably not.
I didn't go to rehab.
I can agree with that. I'm going to go ahead and appoint a lawyer for you, Mr. Stratton. I'll appoint you.
Yes, Your Honor.
From what it appears, she was released from the jail previously to treatment, and she left treatment, and now she's back in. There was a warrant issued for her. She's back on that warrant. There's never been a plea entered. I don't know what the state's position is, but the court's would be she would not go to treatment now unless she had an ankle monitor replaced.
What's the charge, Your Honor?
Theft from Walmart.
We agree with that, Your Honor.
So if you want to take the file and talk with her, we can call it later. She needs, and I'm not sure she's in a shape to understand it now, she could take this from a misdemeanor theft to a felony by cutting the ankle monitor if she gets one. So that's,
Let me see if I can speak for her.
could be a bad situation to go from where 6 months is your longest possible sentence to where you're going to go to prison for 3 years for cutting an ankle monitor.
I'll speak to her and explain all that to her, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Thomas Lehman, case number CRB 24440. Precious Smith is on deck.
Taylor, did Joanna Harris come back?
She did not. She actually called yesterday wanting to retrieve her belongings, and I told her I'd be at the courthouse, and she didn't call back.
Well, we need to pull her file and send it on to the grand jury so she can get indicted. Joanna Harris, she's set for August the 5th, I believe. She's the one I just took the ankle monitor off of.
The very day before.
After she promised. No, it's good. Remind me never to believe what people say in court. And I even said, people lie to me in court all the time. Well, oh, I wouldn't do that. And she left as soon as I took the ankle monitor off. Okay, Stephen Lehman.
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Capper. This is your arraignment hearing. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do make statements, there's a whole bunch of people sitting here listening to it, and it's getting recorded. So it can be used against you if you admit something about your case that's bad for you and good for the state. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed if you can't afford one, to have bail, and to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes, sir.
You're charged with domestic violence. It's alleged that July the 12th of this year, in Fayette Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Gladys Sloan, and that she's either a member of your family or lives in your household. So that's what makes it domestic violence. Maximum penalty for it is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
How do you wish to plead to this charge?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a job?
Yes.
What do you do?
I do construction.
How much are you paid?
About $15, $16 an hour.
How many hours a week?
40 hours a week.
Who do you work for? You work for somebody else or yourself?
I work for somebody else.
What's their name?
Pro Plaster.
Pro Plastering?
Yep.
So I'm getting you're making a little over $30,000 a year. Is that right? Do you have any dependents?
No.
Well, let's figure out if he's gonna be out and able to work, or if he's gonna be sitting in jail. What's the state's position on bond?
Your Honor, I was just trying to figure out a little bit about what cases we've had here before involving him, and we have this year involving violence against family members and whatnot. This is his mother here, now she's got a broken finger.
As I say, is that cast as a result of this incident?
Yes.
Supposed to get set today.
She's supposed to get it set today, so, I mean, this is unacceptable. And I don't know whether people have bonded him out in the past, as we've often seen with family members, but we'd asked for a $20,000 cash assurance bond.
Okay. Well, that tells me you're not gonna be getting out probably, so I'm gonna appoint counsel for you. Tyler Smith? This is Stephen Lehman. It's a domestic violence, but there's other cases pending?
I don't think there's anything pending.
Oh, prior knowledge?
I did represent him in the older cases, I believe, so.
Okay.
This is a new charge, I assume?
Yes.
Okay.
Set bond at $20,000 cash or surety.
The B case is not now laid on 24/2/240.
Okay. He does have something, still another domestic pending?
We didn't pull that file, but it may have,
It may have been on.
not very, may have been on. The strangulation charge in the A case was not even.
224B.
May have just not got, and that was a F3. So probably need to come back next week,
That's fine, Your Honor. I'm already here next Monday.
22nd. July 22nd will be pretrial in this case, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. A week ago. Joanna Harris is not on the docket. I'm going to call it up now. I just ordered her ankle monitor removed on July the 12th. And then on July, was it the 13th, Saturday?
The 13th.
She left treatment.
She went on past and never returned. We attempted to call her all night long and on Sunday as well. She reached out to a case manager, asked for her medication and her clothing, and I told her that she could meet me at John Major's office to retrieve those. She decided that wasn't a good idea.
She has a felony. She had obstructing is the misdemeanor.
I think she had an identity theft too.
She had some disciplinary issues too while she was at the post.
She did. Her boyfriend brought her meth, I think at church.
She has an identity fraud felony, obstructing official business,
Remember, she wanted to drop the charges.
and theft. Walmart. Excuse me.
Bless you.
So, do you want to take this to the grand jury or keep it here with the
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Joanna Harris? She left treatment. She has a felony, identity theft, and obstructing official business, misdemeanor, and theft offense. My preference would probably be for her to go to the grand jury. She left treatment. After I removed the ankle monitor Friday, she left Saturday.
The issue that I would have is, at this point, I don't know whether all those charges all relate to the same circumstances, and she may still be in this court anyway, even if we acknowledge the felony charge.
Well, let me check on that. I think they do. Yeah, they're all April 4th. All happen the same day.
Will Nolly,
Okay, Joanna Harris, 24-273-274, everything's knowledge and grand jury due to her leaving truth.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, do you know what date the case was set for Joanna Harris?
August 12th.
That helps us to find the file to pull it out.
Yeah, she was just here Friday and was doing really well. Ordered ankle monitor removed and she called.
She took it off.
No, she left. Yeah, I took it off and then she left treatment. She had a pass and never returned. So it's going to be very good.
State of Ohio versus Precious Marie Smith, case number CRA 24441A and B, TRD 241476, and Timothy Summers is on there.
Ma'am, are you Precious M. Smith?
Yes, sir.
I'm Judge Capper. This is your arraignment. It's alleged, this is the co-defendant to the other lady. It's alleged on July the 14th in Fayette Township, you purposely deprived Walmart property, and the amount was over $1,600. So that makes it a felony theft offense. Maximum penalty is a year in jail, $2,500 fine. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
I don't think I tell people their rights so much. I can't remember if I told you your rights or not. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. You do make statements that can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed, to have bail, to make the state prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand all those things?
Yes, sir.
You have the money to hire a lawyer? Say no.
Yes, sir.
You have a job?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll appoint Mr. Steyer. Mr. Steyer is going to be your lawyer. He's here in the courtroom now. Felony 5 theft because of the amount allegedly taken.
Okay.
From Walmart, $1,600. Prior bond on the other person, what's the state want on bond on this, Ms. Smith?
The same as the other, which I don't remember what it was.
5,000.
And then that's what we requested.
Is that cash or surety you're seeking?
Yes. She has a Huntington address. You think you can make a bond, ma'am?
I have no idea, I had to leave.
Your Honor, if I may address that issue again, I didn't realize there was another charge here, and that is that the individuals were attempting to flee in their vehicle in the parking lot, and apparently drove towards the deputy, and he was standing in front of the car and had to shoot the tire.
Okay. I don't think I have that charge on the other one, but I see it now in this case.
So
There's
we
a
asked-
failure to comply with the order signal of a police officer. Also, that's a felony 4.
Your Honor, if she's thinking she's gonna be unable to make the bond, I'm here Thursday, I'm here Friday, I don't know what day she came into custody, but I'm here Friday.
I think I set the other one for Monday.
Is that within the 10 days?
Yes.
Then,
You're here on Monday.
I'm here Monday as well. I wasn't sure about the timing.
Do you want to keep the bond 5,000 or up it?
10,000, please.
I'll set it at 10,000. She has a different additional charge from what the other person has. 10,000 cash or surety. Next hearing is July 22nd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
For preliminary hearing. Do you wish to have the court's file?
I do.
Your lawyer will call down and talk to you, ma'am, here in a few minutes.
Thank you.
Okay, keep the charges for bond is
10,000 cash or surety.
Is it this Friday?
No, it's next Monday.
What's the next hearing date on this?
So, yeah.
Okay. The 27th.
Right now.
State of Ohio versus Timothy Summers, case number CRB 23749. Tony Walters is on that.
Your Honor, Mr. Summers has felony cases pending with the pretrial on the 24th. I know the prosecutor wanted to find out more about those felony cases before we resolve this issue. So I guess we'll just set it after the 24th. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, if Mr. Summers wanted to have a trial on this, or wanted to plead guilty on this and resolve it one way or the other, we can do that. It's just that he's got a couple of first-degree felonies pending in common police court, and generally a person's attention would be drawn more to that than something that's less serious as far as the degree. So,
Who's his lawyer in common pleas?
I got Richard Nash.
He's actually here.
He was just here.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
Like, I haven't even, like, since my last misdemeanor court date, I forget when the last, the date was, I haven't even went back to felony court yet for that. So, like, I keep coming to misdemeanor court, but there's no
So
outside.
you're saying we're a lot more efficient than they are? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor.
So
August 2nd, want to come back to him?
Yeah, August 2nd.
Okay, we'll have you back after you. We're sure you're going to be at common pleas. August 2nd is going to be your next hearing here.
And maybe we can just confirm, your next date is July 24th for felony court, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It probably would be a good idea, Mr. Stratton, if you could speak with Mr. Nash.
Yeah, I'll send him a text on it right now.
August 2nd will be the next hearing here. All right, 10 o'clock, pre-trial.
I'll be back up.
State of Ohio versus Tony Walters, case number CRA 23466, CRB 23467, A and B, CRB 2354. Jeremy Atkins is on deck.
Okay, this was Mr. Smith's case. Tony Walters is alleged to have missed the last hearing on April the 19th. Well, actually, it was April 12th, but the warrant was issued on April 19th, a week later. One of your clients is alleged failed to appear back in April for a hearing. You want to talk with her?
Is this Ms. Walters?
Yes.
Tony
Walters.
Yes, I'm still trying to wait to get in and talk to the other person, but yes, I'll call him.
Okay, we'll have her back out after you talk to your lawyer then.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Jeremy D. Atkins, case number CRB 24434, Jarrett Sipple is on deck.
Oh, yeah.
This is set for sentencing. This is the gentleman that agreed to go to Hawk. It's from Oak Hill, West Virginia. originally. All right, Mr. Atkins.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to go ahead and sentence you. I'm trying to get you a ride to Huntington to start treatment at Hawk. I just texted Mr. Tatlinger to see if they can have someone pick you up.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, anything you want to tell me before I sentence you?
No, I think everything's well out there.
Okay, accept your guilty plea, impose a $100 fine on court costs, sentence you to 6 months in jail. I'll give you credit for 6 days you've served, suspend 174 days on the condition that you complete inpatient treatment with Hawk, HAWC.
Yes, sir.
Set your first review hearing for August the 16th, 1 month, at 9 a.m.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, there's going to be restitution on this one.
Okay, how much?
$177.41 to Walmart.
You owe $177.40?
41.
41, we don't problem at 1 cent. 41 cents to Walmart.
Yes, sir.
Restitution. We'll pay that to the clerk, not to Walmart.
Okay.
Can you go the conditions of, is it level, what's the level? Level 4?
Level 4. Texting with Mr. Headliner right now. Let him know when you're reviewing this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day, Your Honor.
Yeah.
State of Ohio versus Jarrett Sipple, case number CRB 24433, Francis Kirk is on deck.
It's Mr. Stratton's case set for pretrial.
Your Honor, this is a case we spoke about this morning. We issued you issued an order, I'm sorry, on Friday to have Pat go to the jail and speak to him. I think that's going to happen this evening.
Okay.
So,
Put it on the docket for Friday.
Your Honor, I won't be here, but we can put it on the docket.
Monday.
I'm not here Monday, those are the 2
Okay.
days, sorry. My family's going to be out of state those 2 days, I apologize. I can appear by video if you would like.
Okay.
Okay. So
Let's see what the state has to say.
Okay.
You can understand why I would be concerned, right?
Right, but you're not gonna give somebody help like that in jail.
No, but part of the reason I have jail is to correct people's behavior. Well, I bet you agree with it when it's happening to you. So, Your Honor, this is this is Miss Ellis, the mother of his children and his significant other. I don't know if they're married or not, but she's interested in seeing him go to treatment. And we just had a little bit of a history here, and we want to make sure that this is the end of it, whatever we have to do.
He's getting evaluated today at some time, but it's going to be after court's over for an assessment.
We can put it off for Friday, Your Honor, and decide what we're going to do then.
Set another hearing for Friday.
Yes.
I've entered a protection order, Ms. Ellis. Is that, do you want that, or to order him to stay away from you?
No.
Okay. Do you want me to withdraw it? Obviously, he's in jail, so he can't go around you now, but once or if he gets out of jail, you don't want him ordered to stay away from you?
No. So when is he going to get out of jail?
I don't know. Because I don't know what the assessment's going to say.
So depending on what the assessment says, it's gonna mean that he needs more jail time, because jail time's not gonna help him.
No, but then I'll have to decide what kind of treatment options are available and what's
Well, I
open
can
and that sort of
tell you what kind of treatment he needs. I'm the one who lives with him. I know what he needs more than anybody.
And you're...
I may come down a couple of things to say.
No, just let your lawyer talk for you.
I'm not condemning myself or anything, it's just something without self-recommendation.
Your Honor, yeah, let him speak. If it's nothing to do with this case and merely to do with this treatment, he can speak.
Yeah, no, for my self-recommendations, I would like to get with my doctor and set up with a previous counselor that I went to when my son died a year and a half ago. Do weekly sessions. I also recommend that me and my significant other, Emily, do twice a month, couples therapy. I like to stay focused on my goals, especially the job interview that I have tomorrow. Being present and a provider for my family is the most important aspect of my life. Any suicidal thoughts that I've ever had has only stemmed from my inability to provide financially to my standards. I do not consider them severe enough to receive more than just the counseling that I recommended for myself. As a man who has come to a huge realization that any type of alcohol substance has never been a benefit in my life, and I would like to present a personal vow to myself and Emily to never partake or ever touch alcohol again, or the remainder of my life. I believe it would benefit to maintain a particular hobby, such as exercising, outings with my family, and participate often with her and the kids as well. I want what is best for myself and my family on a daily basis, and will consider and take advantage of the actions previously suggested. Thank you.
Okay, well, you're going to have a chance to talk to a counselor today, and you can, I would suggest, pass that information on to them, and they'll make a recommendation to the court. Let's put it on the docket for Friday.
Yes.
Mr. Stratton can be available by teleconference. If there's a recommendation for treatment and it's available, I can order him to treatment before that date.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so this will be a pretrial on Friday at 10 o'clock, July 19th.
Right. Now, is this inpatient or outpatient?
It'll be dependent on what they recommend.
July 19th, 10 o'clock, thanks.
State of Ohio versus Francis Kirk on recall at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 24370.
I spoke with her, Your Honor. I'll wait till she gets home.
Monica Gibbs will be on deck.
I spoke with her, Your Honor. She is willing to go to treatment. She understands about the ankle monitor and what the consequences of leaving treatment and cutting that off. And I think Bethesda has a bed for her today,
We do, as long as we have a monitor.
as long as there's a monitor.
She may need to go to detox.
Is she going on alcohol?
Did you do this?
I'll go in and talk to her. You said that she was released from King Starters?
Well, here's the history that I can see. This is an older case. Her arraignment was June the 14th, but she was released from the jail to go to detox at King's Dollar Medical Center. She left there, and she's been on the loose since then, just got picked up on the warrant. But it appears to me she may be under the influence today of something, I'm not sure what.
Yeah.
But,
I'll call down and speak with her, and then we need detox, we can send her back and pick her back up, it's fine. But she definitely needs a monitor.
okay.
I can go to, treatment.
Very slurred speech.
Yeah, I'll talk to her.
You want to recall it, Your Honor?
Okay, we'll recall. I'm going to have someone talk to you from a treatment facility, and then we'll recall after that happens.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Monica Gibbs on recall at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 24439.
I'm done. Okay.
This is Mr. Morford's case. This is set for preliminary hearing on July 22nd.
Well, I don't know at this point. I want to find out more. But she's got a $5,000 bond, and we're not willing to move that. Do you have an idea? You had a recall, right?
She says she's treated.
Okay, well, that's a possibility. Okay, that's a possibility. We probably want to have GPS monitoring.
Figures that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Mr. Morford.
Your Honor, my client would like to enter into treatment. She does not have the medical card. I don't think the state opposes that route to go, at least at this point in time.
We would want a GPS monitor if she were to go someplace.
Mr. Morford.
We have no objections to that, Judge. She,
And what's her, give me some history here. Is there a history of substance use? What's her substance of choice? Has she been in treatment before?
ma'am, would you answer the judge his questions? Have you been in treatment before? What is your drug of choice? You told me heroin, and what else? Fentanyl? Yes. Yes?
Yes.
Those are her.
What's her pay source? How does she pay for medical service? Nothing.
We don't have one, Judge.
Well, that's gonna make it rough. Get her in somewhere. She's a West Virginia resident too, right? I've got 1111 11th Avenue as her address. Is that correct address, ma'am? Do you live on 11th Avenue in Huntington?
Yes. 11,
pretty good area there, actually.
I used to live on 11th. It was a good place.
Well, you want to talk to some providers, I mean, getting her a place to go is going to be the problem without any pay source.
See what I can do, Judge.
Okay, otherwise we'll keep it for July 22nd for preliminary hearing.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, that's all we can do at the jail right now, but we do have some recalls for later.
Okay, we'll come back to the jail later.
State of Ohio versus Tyus Ferguson, case number TRD 24641, TRC 23506A and B. Your Honor, he's been here a while. He was here for review, but he didn't have the folder until just recently.
Okay. Okay, you've done some community service since your last hearing. You still have some left to do. Do you have a payment on your fines today?
No, I have a payment Thursday when I get paid.
Okay.
And my driving class, I think it's in September also, it's set up. And I'll be here Friday and Saturday for community service.
Okay, Mr. Cooper's got you down for that. Are you working, sir?
Yeah,
What's your work schedule?
Monday through Thursday.
So Fridays are best.
Yeah.
August 23rd will be your next review at 9 a.m.
You said 9 a.m.?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Stephanie Pauley, case number CRB 24257.
It's Mr. Stratton's case, pre-trial.
Your Honor, I think we're going to resolve this matter today. She's going to plead guilty to the charge. I understand that the court will test her today and that she'll have THC in her system, but nothing else.
Okay, well, let's see. Sometimes people get surprised with what's in their system.
Yes.
So we'll go do urine screening. And we'll come back and do the sentencing after that.
Yes.
State of Ohio versus Sid Mosser on a recall case number TRC 24487, CRB 24258.
Seems to be on the side.
He was just sitting in here, Your Honor. I'm not sure where he went.
Okay, we'll recall it later.
Go down. He's going to recall it later.
State of Ohio versus Daniel Bryson, case number TRD 212208, A and B.
Mr. Steyer's case.
Yeah.
So that's all they care about, is going to pay the excise taxes. Everything's going to have a fine for 2 months.
Okay, Your Honor, what we've been dealing with here is an attempt by Mr. Bryson to get his driver's license reinstated. He has paid, I guess, some unpaid fines in a couple other
It
states.
was Massachusetts and New Hampshire had a hold on it for child support.
So he got those holds lifted. He saw some unpaid fines. He believes that given a couple months, he could get everything paid. I know that's longer than we normally like to take on cases, but I also think that it's the court's policy to try to encourage folks to get their licenses back. This is a situation, he has proof of financial responsibility was shown, so if he can get his license, he can keep his license.
Well, he's a different animal, though.
Recognize that there is a significant speed charge.
Yeah, so I'm not willing to do that. And also, he took off he was out of pocket for like 2 years, and then had to get nabbed by the scruff of the neck and drug him here. And postponed, so he's not willing to plead, let's just set it for a trial.
It looked to me, looking at the docket, that the 21 case, that he did plead.
He's got one, well, let me see. Yeah, it looks like he pled in traffic court December, well, whatever the arraignment was, and the gate was then had a sentencing hearing on December 14th of 2021, and it didn't appear then. And then a warrant was issued, and he didn't get arrested until he posted a bond, which was April 16th of 2024.
Which, Your Honor, is why we're here. I think why we're on the pretrial docket rather than the sentencing docket is due to the presence of that bond. So this is a case where so he has already pled.
He didn't plead to the 19 charge, I don't think.
I don't have a 19 charge, I got a 21 charge.
He's already been sentenced on that, it looks like. He was sentenced on February 1st of 2021 for driving in violation of restrictions. Got a $150 fine, court costs, and community service. He's paid $100 on it. He's never done any community service.
I didn't know we got community service.
I wasn't aware of that case, so I hadn't advised him on that, Your Honor. So obviously, we're going to need some time to deal with the community service issue at this. Okay. We're going to need we'll need some time to deal with that. I would assume, based on the fact that there's a bond up and there was a long absence, that no matter what we do at this point, you're probably going to keep him in the pretrial docket to keep that bond active. But, I mean, I may be wrong about that, but that's the court's general practice. So I would ask if we could kick this out, maybe not a couple months because of the, just a second, sir, sorry. But even if it's going to take him a couple months to get his license back, if we could come back in here and he could show some progress on the old matter, that the 2019 matter, that might be a show of good faith that might make the court more inclined to work with him on the issue of getting his license back. So that would be my thought process on this.
What's the state's position?
I'm still not sure what he pled to and what he hasn't.
Well, here's the thing that really sticks out like a sore thumb to the court. He pled guilty to case number 21-2208, which he should have never even been cited into traffic court, but somehow he got cited into traffic court because he had a jailable driving under suspension. He pled guilty, delayed the sentencing, he never showed up for sentencing. Not only was he alleged to be driving under suspension, the jailable variety, it's alleged he was going 109 in a 55 zone. And this is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll probably get, the more I read, the more I'll get upset. He said, here's what Trooper Martin said at the time. Vehicle was traveling westbound US 52, left lane at a high rate of speed. It checked the vehicle's speed at 108, then 109, in a posted 55 zone. After the vehicle passed me, I observed the vehicle's brake lights illuminated, checked the vehicle's speed at 100. The driver was found to have a suspended driver's license through Kentucky. Then he takes off for 2 years. When I reviewed this, I wrote big letters, jail, this guy needs it.
Your Honor, on the 19 case, there was actually a sentence of 10 days in jail suspended.
Yes. So he's got that factored in too. He had a suspended driving under suspension from before. Yes, that sentence was imposed February of 2021, and then this is August of 2021, and he's driving over 100 miles an hour down 52 without a license. Not with a license, but suspended from his license. So I think he needs to just be sentenced today. He's already pled. He's got a bond though.
What do you mean you can't dismiss?
I know you don't want to, but, I mean, I'm not gonna make my arguments, but.
Yeah.
What's the state's position on the sentence?
No, make my payments right now.
Let's see what the state says.
Well, I thought he was already sentenced.
No. He was sentenced on the prior driving under
Okay.
suspension with a 10-day
Well,
jail
I think,
sentence suspended, and then after that, then he gets this new one where he's driving 109. He pled, but he wasn't sentenced. He was given opportunity to go get reinstated, which,
well,
I didn't make that decision. I probably wouldn't have done that. And then he didn't show up for his sentencing hearing for 2 years. At least 2 years.
I believe that between the prior 10 days that were suspended, that those should be imposed. And the whole thing is pretty serious. When I looked through it this weekend, I thought, how did it get this far without him actually being, I knew the 109 would definitely get the court's attention. So, yeah, we think he should spend some days in jail.
Mr. Steyer.
Your Honor, I recognize the seriousness of the cases we have in front of us here. What I can say is that he has made some progress. We're getting his license back. He is here today. If we allow him to continue to work on his license, there's no reason that those 10 days that are over his head are not going to continue to be there as an incentive to get him back on track. I think as he stands here, he can tell how serious the court and the state are about these charges. I'm going to ask that we delay sentencing a bit longer, and I'm going to suggest strongly to him that he talk to Mr. Cooper and to Mr. Major and find out when he can knock out all that community service and anything he still owes. And if we get back in front of here and he's done that, maybe at that point the court can say, well, you made a good faith effort to turn things around, and give him a little bit more of a shot. And if he comes in here and he hadn't done that, or he fails to come in here in any way, shape, or form, but at that point, I'm not going to say I won't stand here and make arguments, because I'll stand here and make arguments. It's my job, but I would warn him that I don't expect those arguments to be very persuasive. So I'm going to ask again, since he's here today, since he's working on the license situation, let's give him a shot at getting some of that community service done, proving that he's turning things around, and put his fate in his own hands here, but with the mercy of the court.
Mr. Bryson, anything you wish to say?
I understand. I understand. I won't lie, I didn't understand the severity of it, but I do. I absolutely grasp it. I promise you. I'm not trying to make excuses or anything, but I have certain things going on that if I was to take 10 days is, I'm not saying, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not going to go there. I just grasp the severity of it, and I apologize if that makes any...
Well, it's a start.
I haven't driven.
But it's, you putting everybody out on the highway in extreme risk when you're driving at that speed. That's totally
I understand.
out of the park, unreasonable. And then to blow it off, you've kind of made a mockery of the system. And to tell you the truth, you should have got hammered when you first came back. You should have got hammered when you went into traffic court, and that didn't happen. But, mistakes get made. Just this past weekend, I think we showed where you're not totally vigilant all the time. Things slide by.
Yes.
Shouldn't slide by. But now I'm fully paying attention as to what happened. I don't like to put people in jail for driving under suspension. Because the typical driving under suspension I see in this area is, there's so many requirements now to keep your license. And we live in an area where there's a lot of poor people.
Yes.
And you can't really get around. You can't live here. It's not like living in New York City where you go ride the subway or a bus or whatever. You have to drive.
Understood.
To live in an area like this. But you don't have to drive at 109 miles an hour and put everybody's life at risk. That's totally unacceptable. So you need to, and you did this after you got a prior conviction for driving under suspension. So the 19346 3468, 1934668, 10 days is imposed. You got to get that. 10 days in jail imposed for that. And then I'm going to sentence you on the other case. So there's 10 days.
I have one can I?
Sir, it's probably not going to help at this point.
I'm sorry.
I'll let you ask questions at the end, but I'm not finished.
Okay.
On 21-2208, A and B, he's already pled. What's the A case? The driving under suspension? Yeah, driving under suspension. And that's a jailable offense. So it's your second offense. I'll impose a $200 fine. Court costs. $45 days in jail. And I'll suspend 20. I'll order 60 hours of community service. 2 years of level 4 probation. With a review hearing August 16th.
I can, I'll ask for it. I'll ask for it. I'll ask for it. Okay, hang on. How much do you take?
Then he's got the speed offense, 109 and a 55.
That's not gonna get you there, but I'll see that.
And if I was in the legislature, I would make that a jailable offense, but it's not. So the max I can do is a $150 fine, which I will. $150 fine.
Okay, just let me talk.
Your Honor, if I may, he is in medically assisted treatment. He takes methadone. He is at 100 milligrams a day. If he goes cold turkey from that in the jail, there's going to be probably some severe issues. I would ask that we, recognizing that sentence has been imposed, ask for a report date back to jail and tell him if he's got any sense he's going to start stepping that down so that when he comes back to that report date, he'll be able to not withdraw in the jail. I think we may just, frankly, I'm not even sure the jail will keep him. Just let me talk. I'm not frankly sure the jail would keep him under the circumstances, but I think that it certainly would be dangerous. So I'm going to ask that the court take that into consideration and grant a report date.
I'll let him go to detox. Who will take methadone detox? I know there's some facilities.
OPP will, well, no shoes.
Would you be able, is that something where you have spaces or you have to check?
Yeah, I'll have to call our director and ask if we have beds and things like that.
100 milligrams a day. Okay. For now, he's commanded in the hands of the sheriff. So he's going to be in custody till.
Are we going to recall this later in the docket or simply?
Has he got any proof of what his?
Oh, I'm taking his word for it, but that's not something I've ever heard anyone lie to me about.
Ordering to do urine screen.
Yeah.
Go do the urine screen, he's ordered not to depart. After he's done the urine screen, well, you can put him in the holding cell, you can do it from there. Do the urine screen from the holding cell.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Joseph Sampson Cunningham, case number CRB 14489.
It's Mr. Steyer's case.
May I approach?
Yes, on the docket for pre-trial.
Two completion for, and read a letter as well.
Thank you. So he's going to go to the outpatient with OBP?
Yes.
Huntington? Okay, I'm on board with that. Are you going to be living in Huntington? Where are you going to live, sir?
I'll be living in Huntington.
Okay, where? You know where?
Yeah. It's 1426th Street East.
1426.
No, it's number 14, 26th Street East. It's the house number.
What?
East Huntington.
26th Street East.
Okay. Okay, well, you're going to be really close to the OVP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can walk there from there.
Well, we're providing transportation for his appointments as well.
Your Honor, and I think that paperwork indicates he's just left treatment.
Still in there till Wednesday.
Oh, you're actually still physically there till Wednesday? Okay, so you're still physically going to be there till Wednesday.
Yeah, this week.
We owe a few $100s in fines and costs. Looks like there's no community service owed on this matter. He hasn't been making payments while he's been in treatment, but it may be something that at this point, I'm going to suggest to him that either make some treatment, either make some payments or work on some community service. I think everyday community service you do would take $50 off what you owe. And I would assume the court will want to have us back here in a period of time to see if we've seen some progress.
Yes. August 19th?
Let me make sure, I think we've set something that day already. Yep, that day works just fine, Your Honor.
August 19th. Pre-trial and review. Okay.
Thank you.
Keep working, sir.
I will.
State of Ohio recall Stephanie Pauly, case number CRB 24257.
Your Honor, I believe the test shows THC, like we had mentioned, and another substance, over-the-counter substance, kratom, yes.
I'm not familiar with it.
It's a synthetic opioid that you can buy over the counter.
Yes. It's actually for sale at
Smoke shop.
Smoke Shop on 3rd Avenue in Huntington. So it's an over-counter substance.
Well, there's a lot of stuff on the, when I just Googled it, kind of pop up about it. Some people report using it to manage drug withdrawal symptoms and cravings.
She can explain why she takes it, Your Honor.
It's not illegal, apparently.
It is not.
I've been clean off opiates for 12 years.
Yeah. Well, it's
Okay. Do you have any statement you want to make before I sentence you?
I just apologize. And I apologize for not being here earlier. I just started a new job.
Yeah, she's working nights, Your Honor.
Where you work?
It's called HHS. It's cleaning at Marshall I'm at the Visual Arts Center. I clean it.
Okay.
So, Your Honor, I just asked for a minimum typical sentence on this. Small fine, if any fine at all. Which you'll have court costs. Yeah. once he said.
I'll impose a $50 fine,
Okay.
or you pay the court costs, 10 days in jail suspended, 5 days community service on the court's community service program, 2 years, I'll make it a level 5 probation, non-reporting, except for your review hearing date, which will be January 6th.
Okay, thank
of
you.
next year at 9 a.m. She's to check in with Mr. Major before she leaves today.
Yes, sir.
All right.
He's the probation officer.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Dale M. Thompson, case number CRB 24299. Mr. Morgan's case.
Dale Thompson.
No answer, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Morford still here?
Mr. Morford, I'm.
Yeah, I'll pass it.
State of Ohio versus Stephen Atkins, case number CRA 24418. There seems to be some confusion in regards to this one. There is a Stephen Atkins that's housed in the Gowdy County Jail, but this Stephen Atkins had a Rule 4 out of Gowdy County, and there's no indication of whether it was picked up or anything was done on it, so I'm not sure what's...
Your Honor, he has a pending charge in common pleas court,
So you can't go.
so he can't go to Galley County on his Rule 4, but they may very well be housing him there.
Yeah.
As it stands right now, we go back to common pleas court. On the 24th of this month. I don't know if that's going to be the final hearing on it, but that's the next time we're set.
Well, let's set it here, and why? Well, because that's the way we've always done things. It would make sense to me that the common police could look at this also.
It would. I don't know in terms of jurisdiction if that's possible.
I don't think it's exclusive.
If it's not exclusive jurisdiction, then I don't think I can do anything about that, but the state would obviously have the right to file the Rule 4 in common pleas court and then dismiss it here.
I'll put it on my docket for the 26th.
I'm here that day, Your Honor.
July 26th for pre-trial.
State of Ohio recalls William Paul Jr. at the Barnes County Jail, case number CRB 23.
I've been requested in the holding cell, may I pass it around?
CRB 23204. Thank you. And Tony Walker is on deck.
Did Mr. Morford leave?
We have not seen him.
Got a case.
I will try to find him.
William Hall. Thank you. All right, Mr. Hall is back on teleconference, and Mr. Smith is the attorney.
Yes, Your Honor, I spoke with Mr. Hall. Evidently, going back to January when he didn't appear for sentencing, he was violated out of actually Lawrence County in December 2023 on APA. And so he's been incarcerated in Lorraine County until Friday, where he was picked up on the bench warrant. So that's the explanation why he didn't show to any of the hearings.
Okay.
And he's completed that part of it. I assume he's still on PRC in that case, but that's the reason why he wasn't here all that time. And I believe since he was incarcerated in Lorraine County, he actually finished his anger management there. He has a completion certificate at the jail, I guess. But that was one of the requirements for his sentencing.
He did file something in May of this year asking for disposition of cases here, and I had a note in here that says give to Sarah, do they want to go forward or dismiss? I don't know what happened. I think we put it on the docket for May 20.
Those, it looks to me like, unless there's something else going on that I don't have a file for, that he pled guilty to these charges.
It was the sentencing that he didn't appear for back in January. And the reason why is because he was incarcerated in Lorraine County on it.
Right.
Yeah, he pled guilty November 17th of 23.
Correct.
Sentencing was for January 19th.
And he was going to...
He didn't appear.
He was going to work on getting anger management, which he did do while he was in Lorraine County.
We had agreed that if he completed the anger management counseling, we would recommend a suspended jail sentence. He was going to go to RRS, according to my notes.
Yeah. He never got a chance to because he was incarcerated in Lorraine County, which he did the anger management there, so he's fulfilled that part of it. He has complete anger management, which is through their program instead of RRS. And now he's been in Lawrence County jail for 3 days on the holder out of this case, so I don't know if this is something you want to...
You have proof that he was...
He brought it with him from Lorraine County, because they went and picked him up at Lorraine County when he was to be released, but since he was on a holder, they brought him straight here, so he's got it probably in his property.
He also has an old violation of protection order case from 23229, which never resolved. It's still pending. And I don't think there was a plea on this. No, he did plead guilty the same day on both of them. Okay, so they were both the same.
Unfortunately, I don't have my file today to look at my notes too, but I'm...
How does the state want to handle this?
We'd like to see that he did do the anger management counseling. I mean, that's what we agreed that we wouldn't ask for jail time or we wouldn't ask for jail time to be imposed. I guess an alternative would be to go ahead and sentence him today and, well, I don't know.
Where's he going to be living? Is he going to be living here or Lawrence?
I believe so. Mr. Hall, where will you be living?
Chesapeake? Yeah. So you're going to be right down the street from the court? I could sentence him and order him to bring in proof of the counseling. Do that.
I think that's probably appropriate. Or with just set it for another sentencing hearing, let him bring it in, and then we...
He's got to bond up from back in November 23, make Mr. Sowers be responsible.
I don't have any problem being here even on Friday, if that's okay with the docket. I don't know. I just prefer to...
Set it in 2 weeks and let him bring in...
If he brings in proof, I mean, I don't know if it's something that... I guess it's still do sentencing, but...
I'll delay the sentencing till July 29th. I'm going to reinstate the bond that you had previously. So I'm going to let you out on the bond you previously posted. So if you don't show up, I'll make Mr. Sowers go get you and bring you back in. So you got to show up in 2 weeks from today, July 29th at 10 a.m. You're available then?
Yes, Your Honor. Bring proof.
Bring proof that you did the counseling to that hearing. And you know where to come to, right? All right, thank you. And you know the date?
July 29th, Mr. Hall.
2 weeks from today. All right, thank you. It's a Monday, 2 weeks from today, no excuses. July 29th for sentencing. Order him to be released on the bond he's already posted.
State of Ohio versus Tony Walters at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 23-466, CRV 23-467A and B, CRV 23-54, and Francis Kirk is on deck.
This is Mr. Smith's case.
Your Honor, I spoke with Ms. Walters as well. She is not like Mr. All. She wasn't incarcerated. She has had some health issues. However, she didn't, I guess she doesn't have her phone anymore, couldn't contact. I told her, I advised her that she could have come to the courthouse any Monday or Friday to have it brought up at that point. So she doesn't really have an excuse why she wasn't here other than the fact that she's been sick. This is one where we're proceeding on a misdemeanor littering to get her property cleaned up, which she was making progress. I believe that she's still making progress. I just asked that maybe we could come back shortly, let her get back out, cut her grass, and continue.
It's been so long ago.
Am I misremembering, she's with Andrew Curry?
Yes.
And they're both lined up in the jail at the same time. How'd that happen?
They were working at the fair, and they were going to turn herself in.
Oh, they were both working at the fair? I knew I'd see a lot of my peeps if I went to the fair. That's why I don't go. She's been in treatment before and did really well for a while, until she didn't.
I believe she was. Ms. Walters, weren't you in treatment just recently?
We called the treatment center a while back.
Yeah, that's back
I completed it all and everything.
last fall.
Okay. Yeah, this case has been pending for a while too, so.
So why don't we do a urine screen? See what you showed today. Okay? Let's do a urine screen.
State of Ohio recalls Francis Kirk from Lawrence County Jail, case number CRV 24-370.
Your Honor, I think that she have to go to detox prior to going to Bethesda, so.
I talked to OVP, and I think that we've arranged our normal deal. She's going to take her first, and then I'm going to take her afterwards.
Okay.
If she has a bed.
Yeah, they're gonna call down and get her assessment completed to make sure we can take her and all that good stuff. As long as she qualifies and her insurance is good, we should be able to get her.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and enter an order that she be released to OVP. And once detox is completed, this should transfer to Bethesda.
Okay.
Are you going?
And is that with an ankle monitor? Yes, ankle monitor, please.
And I've explained to her the consequences of removing that ankle monitor or leaving treatment, so.
And does she understand? I'm not sure she can understand in this stage.
She said she understood, so.
Yeah, I said, previously, complete the treatment.
Yeah, but if you cut the ankle monitor off, you're going to go to prison. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
So don't cut, whatever you do, you cannot cut that ankle monitor off.
Okay, I won't.
I mean, you'd be better just leaving treatment, but leave that, now they're going to find you. It shows where you are within like 5 feet of where you are. They can go right to it. So they're going to be able to pick you up, but if you cut the ankle monitor off, then when they find you, they're going to send you to prison. It'll be out of my control. I've already had several people do it. They're in prison right now for cutting the ankle monitor off.
Oh, okay.
It's just like,
I won't do that.
they treat it like escaping from the jail.
Okay.
If she does this.
So, this is serious business.
Okay, I understand, sir.
Okay, that's what everybody says. I don't mean to make light of it, but I have this talk with a lot of people. No one yet has said, Judge, I'm going to cut that ankle monitor off when I get a chance. They They just don't say that. But then some people do it. And they're all in prison. Everyone that's done it is in prison right now. I can think of 3 right off the top of my head.
So,
Yeah, so don't do it. I'm giving you as much warning. I mean, it's a serious business. It's not your mom saying, yeah, I'm going to do something to you, and then they don't. This will happen. You cut the ankle monitor, you will go to prison. And you don't have to go to prison. There's no reason for you to go to prison. You don't want to go to prison, do you?
no.
No. Stay out of there. Get clean. Keep that ankle monitor on. Okay, come back when? Probably sooner than later.
Yes.
The 29th?
Yes.
July 29th for her next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So I ordered a GPS monitor today.
State of Ohio recalls Daniel Bryson. Case number TRD 212208 A and B, and TRD 193468.
I don't know if we need to bring it out for this, but
We have, Your Honor, we have one more recall at the jail. We're waiting on the urine screen result.
He was screened, the screen apparently was, sorry, you said right here.
He does have methadone.
It's methadone, THC, and alcohol, so methadone, and, I mean, I said, well, I don't know if the situation, the THC is, there's states where that's legal. But the issue we have now is that he has his Kentucky Medicare, and OPP doesn't accept that. And I don't know anyone who does that has a detox. I'm sure somebody out there does have a detox. But I'm saying I don't believe ARC has detox.
Yes, they do.
Oh, we were told, we didn't think they did, okay.
They got a brand new one.
Well, I knew they had that facility, I didn't know it was a detox there.
Can we get, somebody get in touch with them and see if they'll take Mr. Bryson?
So that was my concern, was I didn't know we had any, what step we need to take next to get him somewhere.
And probably with an ankle monitor. So ask if they'll take him with an ankle monitor for detox, off methadone. Okay, back to the holding cell.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Brian A. Massey, case number CRA 23765.
This is Mr. Smith's case.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Thank you. Okay, it's a good report. So we're about 7 months into this.
Yes.
He's been doing well.
Doing well.
How's the state want to proceed?
We're okay with him continuing where he's at, hopefully continuing to make progress. We need a time waiver.
Mr. Smith?
yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I think maybe we should push this out a little bit, maybe a couple months and see how he's doing. And maybe
That's fine.
at that time it can be resolved.
Okay, we'll go to September. September 16th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's fine, Your Honor. Thank you.
September 16th will be his next hearing, preliminary hearing.
Thank you.
Good job, sir.
State of Ohio recalls Sid Mosser, case number TRC 24487 and CRB 24258.
Mr. Stratus, please.
Your Honor, we recalled this to give me a moment to talk to Mr. Mosser about the results. We're going to need a little bit more time to sort that out. So we can either set up for a trial date or to the court, or set up for another pretrial.
Mr. Hill.
Whatever they want to do is okay with us.
Let's just set up for another pretrial, Your Honor, and then we'll talk more about it.
I am completing OVP this week and going to several living.
Okay, I see that. That's good. But you got an ODI that has to be dealt with one way or the other.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, next, there's also 24258.
There is a theft case, Your Honor.
Okay, both have to be dealt with, so, August 2nd?
Yes.
August 2nd will be the next hearing on both matters for pretrial.
You still got those results, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Do I?
We'll talk, August 2nd, we'll talk before that.
Okay.
All right.
State of Ohio versus Christopher R. Hale, case number CRA 23424, CRB 2487, CRB 1964.
Yes. That's a good report from RRS. We got release from Adult Parole Authority. Things are looking up.
Yep. Also got my CDCA. Yeah, and I checked with probation this morning. I got 90 hours left out of all my community service. So I got, it's a little less than half of it done, but I work Monday. I have Wednesdays off, and they told me I could schedule something for the dog pound on the weekend. So I'll go ahead and make sure that I get that, try to get it done in less than, the next 10 weeks.
Well, the case here actually was a tampering with evidence. It wasn't, I was thinking it was a possession, but it wasn't. Okay, it had to do with the GPS monitor from Crown Police.
Yeah.
Then he's got older cases here that he still, yeah, he has community service. 120 hours of community service still.
I came and talked to him this morning. What I think, 90 is what he knows. I believe his file might not be up to date where it's sentencing. He had an older case that it went toward first, and he didn't understand that it went toward the fines after the community service. So it went toward it first.
Okay, Mr. Hill, how do you want to proceed?
As long as he's making progress, he hasn't reached the conclusion of this, has he?
No, he's still, I know for sure he still has 90 hours.
Okay, well, then we'd be okay with the continuance, as long as there's a time waiver.
I don't know if a time waiver is necessary at this point because I think we're dealing with post-conviction matters, but I don't care to offer one anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's get some of the other stuff, the loose ends wrapped up. It looks like he's done really well on his treatment. It's all good. we'll set it out in a couple months. So you can start getting things done.
Thank you.
September 16th,
I'm currently available.
September 16th for everything.
Thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Dale M. Thompson, case number CRB 24299. Dale Thompson.
Mr. Morford's case set for pretrial. Dale Thompson. It's a restraining dogs case. Not
He's
here.
not here, Your Honor. He was here this morning, checked in, but he just left. He's not here now.
Judge, he called my office at a little bit after 9 and said that he was very ill, diarrhea, vomiting, fever. And of course, our standard response was, well, go get looked at and give us something that we can give to the court on a medical provider letterhead.
Yeah, he's got 7 days to get in here before we question.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Danielle Ham, case number CRA 24229.
Mr. Stiers' case.
I think we have a report coming up here in a second.
It's not. I have pressure on it.
Yes.
Very good report. Good job.
Your report?
We're currently trying to work out a way that she can attend welding classes so that she can get her GED certification.
Okay.
Trying really hard.
All right, well, we've got a good start on this, but it's a pretty serious charge in here. We're still kind of early in the process, so I suggest coming back in maybe 6 weeks.
So 6 weeks be around the end of August, beginning of,
Yes.
I'm here the 26th of August.
That's fine.
Okay, that works. I've got some
August
jury
26th.
trials around that.
August 26th will be the next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Keep working.
State of Ohio versus Darren Korn, case number CRB 2496 A and B, CRB 24761.
Yes.
I have a report.
What I was looking for. Thank you.
You're welcome.
how's the state going to proceed on Mr. Corner's case? We've been at this since, on one case, December of '23, the other since March of '24.
He actually pled guilty to charges previously, and we were delaying sentencing for him to go to treatment, and he's doing well. So I think he's making a sincere effort, and he has a lot at stake as far as family and whatnot, to make sure that he doesn't start causing problems again. So we're okay with him continuing to make sure he follows through completely.
Mr. Murphy.
Judge, I think my client was hoping to have this over, said and done with today, but he understands that state's position and will agree to Mr. Hill's proposal.
Okay, let's go out a couple months, so he doesn't have to come back for 2 months. Get a report then. But it's looking good. You're doing good. September 16th, I think you picked it up a little bit since last time. September 16th will be your next hearing. Keep doing what you're doing. Come back in 2 months and show me that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Second.
State of Ohio versus Shannon Ellis, case number TRC 231630 A and B, TRC 231530 A and B.
Your Honor? Yes. Mr. Holt's case, sentencing.
Everything seems to be continuing to go well.
Mr. Hill.
I'm glad that it's going well. And there's a lot of pages here, but and it's good to get a very complete report. So that's also good news. We want her to continue towards the recovery that'll keep her from ever landing back here again. So we'd like to set it out again and get another report.
Approximately 90 days worth, Your Honor, that.
Good, October 14th?
I think it's a holiday, isn't it?
Could be.
Is he calling?
18th?
Sure.
October 18th?
Friday's okay for you? Yes, Your Honor.
October 18th will be the next hearing for sentencing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Kara Hearn, case number CRB 2381.
Mr. Stratton's case. Sentencing. Is that Bethesda?
Yeah, I'm still looking. We're still looking on that.
very good report.
Doesn't even look the same.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't even look the same.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a job, but it's a little, I didn't realize how tricky some of the applications are. So I'm building a life that I don't want to give up. I think.
Well, it said something about your having more time with your son. How's that?
Because I'm in a higher phase now, I can leave throughout the week. And he spent the night Saturday with us.
Okay.
But I can spend more time with him.
We do allow accommodations as they progress through the stages, and we want to be able to reunify with the children, so they are permitted to stay the night with us as well.
Yeah, and he was here earlier.
Yeah, he was here.
All right. So maybe we can go further than we've been doing monthly. We'll spread it out a little bit more.
Yeah. I got one.
1st of September.
Yes.
September 1st.
The 6th, September 6th.
Oh, 6th. September 6th.
I got it.
Okay, good job.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Tony Walters at the Lawrence County Jail. Your Honor, I'm told that she has tested clean. We don't have it written out.
I have no doubt.
Okay. All right, very good. Well, she did her community service. She still has one case that's not resolved, right? Let's see what that is. The 23-466. Oh, that's the dumping case.
Yeah, we're going to change, I don't know if she pled to littering or.
I think it's a felony.
She pled to the littering.
Yes, we changed the littering, she was
Okay.
supposed to clean it up. and-
I think that's right. I do remember seeing that.
Yeah, it's
So
just,
I guilty to littering October 2nd, 23.
yeah, and she's been working, I mean, it was, and I'm sure, Mr. Field, I don't know if you have the file or not, do you have the file?
I've got the file.
I've shown him pictures, we've gone through, but it's making progress. I don't know how far along we are now. She said she doesn't need to cut the grass when she gets out, so, but I think there's a lot of trash and a lot of stuff that's bagged up. So I don't know
It's
how.
been a long time since we've gotten an update on that. Eventually, stuff degrades back into the earth. It may not even be there anymore.
Well, we need updated pictures, I guess. I don't.
It's a joke. I can have our enforcement officer take a look at it for the next hearing. Maybe Ms. Walters knows something too.
Okay, so I assume there's an admission that she failed to appear.
Yes,
previously.
sir.
I'll send you the time served. Will you promise to come to court? At least promise me you're going to come to court.
Yes, I promise you. I'll go after you guys when I get home.
Where are you going to be living? Back at the
At my
home
house, like a block from you all.
place? Okay. Well, we shouldn't have trouble finding you then.
You know, walking distance.
Okay, I'll send you the time served, give you a new review hearing of August 16th.
August 16th.
Yeah, you gotta be here August 16th, and if anything needs cleaned up, you need to do that.
Yeah, I need to have somebody to fit for me.
Is that the one right down here? Is it right down here on County Road 1?
Are you going County Road to 1?
It's right across from the Central Library. I'm not sure what that address is there.
Okay. Okay, you know where to come to then on August 16th, clean up the property.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, thanks.
I was just told that we thought we had to recall Monica Gibbs, but I'm not.
Bushman will assess her for treatment, and we can take her, but then he left. And I don't know what happened.
Okay. Do I have- Okay.
Yeah, and at the Lawrence County Jail, we need Monica Gibbs in the chair.
We don't need her because we're holding on here. We don't need Monica Gibbs.
I think she had like a motor vehicle theft. She was on fentanyl.
Yeah.
It's, I haven't come up yet. It's set for a hearing. The skipper's dismissed.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna hear back from him.
Okay.
You want me to pause it?
I just text him.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Cody Patton, case number TRC 24538, A and B.
This is on Mr. Holt's case.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe that we've reached a resolution in this matter to make the suppression hearing unnecessary.
Yeah, we discussed this in chamber. State's willing to reduce it to a physical control, which I'm agreeable with. So that's my understanding. The defendant's willing to enter a plea to that.
Yes, Your Honor, he's going to enter a plea to the reduced charge.
Is that correct, Mr. Hatton?
Yes.
Anything you want to tell me before I sentence you?
No.
So it's amended to 4511-194.
There is a,
Not A, take the A out. 4511-194.
there's a tail light ticket as well. I'm not sure what Mr. Hill.
Already got all that fixed. Like the day after. I got the plate light, tail light, everything. Because that's what he stopped me for. I had no idea.
Mr. Hill?
It's up to you.
Yeah, we'd want to plea on that.
Okay.
We recommend a $5 fine.
Okay.
We did our plea on that, Your Honor, as well.
Let me read the trooper's report. Mr. Murphy, probably need to talk to Taylor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you already done that about Monica Gibbs?
No, I just got the name from you.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. I'll impose a $250 fine on the physical control, orders you pay the court costs.
Only 6 points. Talking about points.
Oh, it didn't pop up?
Well, it's zero. It's saying zero.
On physical control, it may be.
It might be, I think it is 0 points.
Whatever, that's fine. Whatever, yeah. $250 fine, court costs, 10 days in jail, suspended. 2 years of level 5 probation.
Your Honor, can I cross through again?
Sure.
Thank you.
$5 fine on the B case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Can you pay that today?
How much would it be?
It'd be about $365 total.
I can, but it would put me in a little bit of a bind. If I could do a payment plan, it'd work. But if I have to, then yeah, I can
Well, I'll
for
have to
sure.
put you on probation if you do a payment plan.
Well, I'll just pay it now then.
Okay. No probation if he pays it today.
Sure, I'll pay it.
No. And he won't have to come in and review or something. You'll need to see the clerk then. about
Thank you, Your Honor.
that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jacob R. Nichols, case number TRC 241236.
Your Honor, this was, I think there might have been a mix-up. We faxed up he's not on the docket, the listed docket, so we did not notify Mr. Nichols to be here. He does work. He knew.
What I have written in my handwriting was August 12th for return.
Well,
Right?
yes, but I filed an ALS because, an ALS appeal because of the timing of the filing was outside the, so, but what happened in my office.
Okay, there was an entry put on saying it was set for today.
Yes, but it didn't actually get put on the docket, so that might be my office's fault. I apologize, I'm not sure what happened with that, but the basis of it was just the time period. They did not file it in the required time.
What's the state's position on it?
We're not opposed.
Okay, you got
I
an
prepared an
entry?
entry. Can I place your honor?
Yes.
I'm just trying to save my thumb. And I'm good. I think he lined up with the
Mr. Holton, probably good idea if you walk that through getting it filed.
I need your signature.
State of Ohio recalls Monica Gibbs of the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 24439.
And Mr. Morford's case, she's the lady in jail with the big shoplifting
1,600, yeah.
charge. So what are we going to do with it?
She qualifies for residential treatment. I can take her today if the court approves.
And you can handle, isn't she on methadone?
She has no insurance. She has no pay source, so we can get her insurance. She said nothing about methadone.
Okay, I'm thinking of somebody else.
She said fentanyl 2 days ago.
She's willing to go to treatment, Judge.
Okay, do we need an ankle monitor for her or not?
She's a Huntington resident, probably.
We would ask for that.
Okay, I'll release Monica Gibbs to Bethesda with an ankle monitor as a part of her bond. Went through a lot of ankle monitors today.
I think I got them all, too.
And then we're scheduled to come back on the 22nd for our full meetings next Monday.
The flight's supposed to almost.
Okay, and we'll keep that date, July 22nd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus James C. Skipper, case number CRA 2478.
Set for a motion here.
Right here, yes, I'll look at that.
Your Honor, as we discussed this morning in chambers, I took a look at the criminal affidavit on this matter. The criminal affidavit makes pretty clear reference to the fact that the officer was called there in response to an overdose situation. I laid out the portion of the 2925. I may have the number wrong, I apologize. But the possession statute has a section that basically says that M1 or F5 possessions that are, that is a response to an overdose situation where the individual seeks an assessment within 30 days of the event, no further actions necessary, though in this case he did take, I think he stayed in treatment briefly but didn't complete it, but that's not required by the statute. All that's required is that he obtain and receives, he obtains a screening and he did that. And therefore, I don't think this case is eligible for prosecution. But I think it was not, it was actually technically improperly filed.
Well, and we agree with Mr. Steyer's assessment of the law. We hope, given the fact of the circumstances that caused Mr. Skipper to come into court, that he realizes that he needs to get help on his own. Last thing we want to see is his name in the newspaper or back here before the court. So hopefully this has been a wake-up call for him.
It definitely has.
So I take it from that, the state's going to deny the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Deny.
Thank you. I don't, you're good. Your case is gone. Dismissed. Yeah, you're good. Thank you. And Your Honor, on the other matter, I think we found a place in Kentucky that can, or I'm not sure it's in Kentucky, I think it's Charity Bed for TCC.
Sorry, it's the TCC that she's raising the callback. They did the assessment. He's not real happy about coming to.
So he's very upset.
But they are going to extend a charity bed for the court so that they can get him through detox.
Okay.
She's
That's
just checking on
Bryson.
transportation if they want to get.
Yeah, we probably need to,
So I think an entry might need to reflect that.
State will have on Daniel Bryson from back in Holbrook.
just to remind me I need to do it. All right, Mr. Bryson is here. I ordered him to jail. He has methadone issues and withdrawal issues, so I'm going to order him to the counseling center for inpatient detox. They agreed to accept him even though he's Kentucky Medicaid. So they'll pick him up, I take it.
We don't have an answer on the transportation situation yet. Is that correct?
Yes, she's supposed to go check the transportation and call me back as to whether
Okay.
somebody can pick him up tonight.
Let's keep him on the docket then let's put him on the docket for Friday. Are you here Friday?
I am here Friday.
Just to make sure
Just to be clear, if he is in the inpatient detox, it won't be necessary to keep here.
No, that's fine. They don't need to bring him.
Yeah, I just want to make that,
Just want to make sure where he is and that he is getting appropriate treatment, that he's not sitting in the jail.
You know, was there an ankle monitor involved with this or not?
I did not initially order one.
Okay.
It might be a good idea.
I thought I heard some ankle monitors, I didn't know if this was one of the cases it was.
You've been hearing a lot of ankle monitors.
Yes, Your Honor.
If I may, Your Honor, I wasn't clear on this issue before he asked the question, whether the 10-day sentence and 25-day sentence were consecutive or concurrent.
At this point, they're consecutive.
But that may be something, depending on how he does it, rehab in jail, we might revisit.
I'm always willing to rethink things.
You will.
The reason I asked about the ankle monitor, Your Honor, if he has an ankle monitor, he'll have to go to jail, have it placed on him, then have to pick him up from there. Because the convoluted will not come out.
From the state's position.
On whether he should have
Ankle monitor or
GPS.
not.
And what did you say, John?
Then you'd have to go to jail, and then the convoluted would have to go across and put the ankle monitor on him, and then the TCC would have to pick him up from the jail. If that's not done by 2:30, 3 o'clock, it won't happen until the next day.
And he has not had methadone today, so that would be a concern. I don't know how quickly withdrawals start, but I understand it's very quick.
I'll order an ankle monitor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Shelby N. Rodriguez, case number CRB 23-396, TRC 23-816.
Did we get a report from our municipal?
Mr. Mayor. Step right there. John from Maine. I spoke to John Kincaid at New Municipal Court. He is compliant, but just barely. It's Mr. Kincaid's exact words. He has made some payments on his $240 on his case down there. Still waiting on the other guys.
Yeah, receipt for the deal pass right there. I'm running it for today to show you.
Mr. Kincaid did say he was working with him to get him into the class and that he is aware that he's made a down payment on the class.
I paid for my ticket in full.
Well, the reason I'm upset is that we did away with him going to the dip school, and then I get a report back from the counseling center saying that they evaluated you had no need of any substance use or mental health issues, and I'm suspecting that you didn't fully disclose everything that was going on.
Actually, I did. I told them that I wanted to take this to trial, that the state trooper spent 2 hours, and I never once failed a sobriety test, and he was never trying to deduce if I was smoking. I wasn't smoking weed in the car with my daughter. And then I said, I hope that the facts of the case actually matter. And then when I came to court the first day of trial, I talked to the prosecutor, and I had heard in my new job that I still have, that they could turn that and use the marijuana in my system against me. This is before, so even when I asked them if that was possible, they said they couldn't. I told them I had no defense for that, and I cleaned up on that first day, Your Honor. And that's exactly what I told them. I don't have to lie to them about anything, and I do respect you. And Mr. Kincaid tonight, business is almost done, about exactly the time the dip test is done, and my full folks will be, I even brought money my first time today for you, Your Honor. Like, I really am trying to put this behind me. I don't have a reason to lie about it. And I don't want to make myself look bad. I do respect you. I don't want to say too much. This is the most biggest thing I've gone through.
The case in, wasn't it an OVI?
It wasn't an OVI, yes, Your Honor.
Was it reduced or something?
No, Your Honor. It was an OVI case. He was sentenced to 10 days in jail, a $555 fine, and court costs. He was given no community service and to do the dip school. At today's date, he's paid $240 on his case. He owes $315 and the dip school.
When did that case arise? This case arose in a year ago, June of 2023.
This is, I didn't get the date, but it is a 2023 case number on it, Your Honor.
This happened first, and then about a week later, I committed something and I'm guilty of it. And I'm telling that I pled guilty initially to that. I always claimed I was innocent in this court because I've never seen any courtroom just provide evidence that someone was intoxicated. And I knew that was the case, but like I said, I had no defense.
You are guilty on this.
I had no defense for that for once I found out they could use the marijuana in my system against me. And I didn't want to be causing, like, I'm ignorant, Your Honor. I don't want to be causing a scene in the courtroom at all. But I did have a question about us in community service. The preacher that brought me in today is my new landlord, and he need to give a new address. And he told me that he does community service, and that he also does it on for people in rehabs in Ironton.
No, you can't do community service with somebody like that.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Not permissible.
Your Honor, if I may, I had noted that Mr. Rodriguez was ordered on 6/7 to be here on 6/8 when he was not here.
6/7 to be on 6/8.
Yes. June 7th.
June 7th was, yeah, and I have a note, ordered community service to be worked.
He's not been here since, Your Honor.
So may I speak a little to you,
Yeah.
Your Honor? Okay, right here in my belongings, I don't need not only the receipt from my dip school, but the receipt from my 2 deposits that I just paid, where I just moved in on the first apartment in Ironton. And I got a raise at work, and I want to show you that all my money's been going to there into the dip school very recently, and that the deposits out the way, I only have to pay my rent once a month now, and that Mr. Kincaid told me he's going to let me out. As soon as I finish that dip school, we're signing additional month per month until I've got that finished and paid off, and which I'm supposed to go through him after this and show him, my receipt, and then, shoot, I forgot what I'm that, but basically, I want to show you that where my money's been going recently, and that I haven't made good money, and I don't want to mess it up, and that.
What's your response to not appearing for community service on June the 8th as you were, which was a Saturday?
Oh, where I work, legit, construction, they're trying to get through, they're doing that 6 days a week. Now that's my confused work on, do that on Sundays only. I have a question that I asked him in the back, and I want to ask you again, Your Honor. They gave me 2 years probation, and I don't know what the amount of probation hours is, like 40, or to me it's a small amount that you guys gave me. Well, I don't know how 2 years to finish, or it's just the end of the game, just to finish as quick as you can. I don't mean to come off, sir, please, just help me out and make it to you. I need it because I don't want to come off like I don't care. I know that I haven't made much payments, but I just paid my first payment today, but I was paying John Kincaid's probation first, to be honest. But that's about to be over, it's not going to keep happening. I don't have good reasons to not pay you, other than just showing you where money's been going very recently. And I'm a good man, I don't mean to cause, problems for me. I'm actually doing well up in here, up in this county. I'm doing well.
You've paid $25, that's the only thing you've done on your case.
I didn't pay that, I just bought this permit to drive. I mean, I guess anything would be called that. I want to be open.
Okay, I'm going to send you to a day in jail for missing the day of community service you were ordered to do previously. So he can be released tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. And I'll set a new review hearing date for you August 16th.
Your Honor.
That's all. That's all.
We're finished, Your Honor.
Court's adjourned.
This case is done. And then this one was one.
Also, this is sentence right there.
I don't know when.
You wanted to take except Stratton's case, I think it was a trial.
Well, we're going to have a pretrial, and I don't remember what the date, I didn't get what the date was for the next hearing.
Oh, that's what it was up there. A2. So you did that. Okay, so now I gotta go do all these subpoenas. And then I need to print out all the notes, right, put them in the files, all through flash drive.
Yes, which I have already. So now what I do is,
I keep everything over there. It's done. It's done. Put them in there. Okay. Let's do this one.
John Drive.
I gotta pull that.
Now everything's updated.
So,
I
I'm
think it's a pretty good
gonna
system.
go and work on this work, making it.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Something I can help you with?
It's kind of like part of the job. Yeah, because I got my stuff. You're harmless.
I'm harmless?
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Is it?
I'm not scared of you,
Well,
but I like you.
well, I'm glad you got me because I like you.